And hello again, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening here on Kool TV on the Kool Hit Sports Network. I'm Chauncey Griffith, along with my broadcast partner of the evening, Mr. Seth Caudill. And we're excited to be bringing you a little wrestling action here from the historic Catlettsburg Gymnasium here at Catlettsburg Elementary. Used to be Catlettsburg High School. It's the B.R.A.G meet. B.R.A.G is spelled B-R-A-G, Seth. That's Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. And it only took me about a week after I learned about it to figure out that's what that meant. Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup High School wrestling action. Kind of like an unofficial district championship between four local schools here. And it's the inaugural B.R.A.G wrestling meet. All four schools here representing the 63rd, 64th district, what you would consider basketball here in the 16th region. And they're going to try to make this a yearly tradition.
Yeah, I think this will be a great thing for them to get going here. I mean, you're seeing people from the community come in here, and just this place should be rocking.
Absolutely, yeah. And we were just talking that we expect a pretty good crowd here, and people keep rolling in. Got a little late start due to some school bus. You know how it goes. Getting from point A to point B after school might take a few minutes, but all four teams present. All four teams ready to rock and roll. Now, this is a dual meet, and for those of you who aren't as familiar with wrestling, that's okay. I'm going to explain to you right now what that means. Two different types of tournaments in the world of high school wrestling. Individual tournaments where each team has a number of wrestlers in each weight class. They go compete as individuals and place as individuals. They can get medals, that type of thing. That's not what we're doing, though. This is a dual meet where one school competes against another school. So the first duel you will see is Boyd County versus Greenup here on mat number 1 on the black mat. And I tell you what, we're going to real quick throw it over to the PA announcer. We've got the national anthem coming up, and we want to get that. Make sure we get that covered here because a special guest doing that. Miss Alyssa Nolan, a junior student at Boyd County High School. So definitely want to make sure we get her on here singing the national anthem. The voice you hear in the background, Boyd County head coach, Mr. Clayton McClellan, and he's the guy facilitated this whole B.R.A.G meet, got all this together, and it looks to be a pretty fun evening. We're looking forward to bringing you the action, right, Seth?
Oh yeah, there'll be a lot of wrestling, and then we're getting ready to go to the national anthem.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleam. Who's gonna show? Bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed. And the rockets red away, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still red. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Boyd County Junior 11th grader Miss Alyssa Nolan singing the national anthem there. Also of note, she is the captain of the girls wrestling team here at Boyd County.
Yep, first year having girls wrestling here at Boyd.
Yes, sir. Back to what we were talking about, though. This is a dual meet. So there are four schools here. We'll have a total of 6 duels. 4 of them will be televised. Boyd Greenup, then Ashland Greenup, then Greenup Russell, then Boyd Ashland. So all 4 teams will get some coverage here, and it looks to be a pretty good evening. Now, the next question you may have, how do you keep score? Well, I'm getting ready to tell you that too. Team scoring for dual meets, something like this. every time one wrestler pins another, their team gets 6 points. That's the simplest way. Anytime a team can't fill a weight class, and we'll see a few of those here tonight. If the other team has that particular weight class filled, 6 points for that team. Let's see, a decision, which is a match won between 1 and 7 points, 3 points for the team. A major decision, 8 to 14 points, that's 4 points for that team. And then a tech fall is a player scoring, being up by 15 or more points over another wrestler. Their team gets 5 points, the match stops, and it's over with. So you get more points for a pin or a forfeit, but if you can beat somebody on points, do that too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're just looking for wins any way you can get them at these kind of meets.
That's right. So we're going to go ahead and kick things off here. It's Boyd County and it's Greenup County starting us out here on the broadcast. Now, you'll notice, you see if you're watching on Kool TV there, somebody already getting their hand raised. Well, that's Boyd County 8th grader Maverick Moore, who with a 24-7 record on the season at weight class 106. He got his hand raised because Greenup County doesn't have a 106 here tonight. So that's 2 points. That's 6 points. I'm sorry, right there. Now some action, right? So we got Boyd and we've got Greenup, and if you notice, Boyd County with a big C on their chest, that's Catlettsburg. Up here at 113, we've got Xander Nottingham taking on Trevor Cooper. Nottingham at 17-3 on the season. He's a 2023 state qualifier. And he's looking for a takedown here on Trevor Cooper, who's at 13-6 on the season for the Musketeers. And in order to get a takedown, Seth, he's got to get behind him. Is that correct?
Yeah, you got to get that dominant position here in wrestling. So as long as he can circle behind him here, he should get his 2 points.
And obviously Cooper trying to make that not happen by hooking the leg out front there. And Nottingham trying to circle around, keeping those feet out away from his body and trying to circle around. Instead, though, still no points yet. Oh, did he give him the 2? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's 2 points for Boyd County's Nottingham here. And right now, what he's trying to do, Seth, is roll him over. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's trying to get him to flip to his back so what you can get what's called back points in wrestling.
Uh-huh.
If you can hold a person over for a total of 5 seconds, you get 3 more back points.
Yep. And another way to do that's a cradle. He almost had it there. So in order to get, you mentioned back points, near fall points.
Near fall, yes.
Yeah. In order to get near fall points, you can get 2 if you have the wrestler over for at least 1 second. Is that right?
That's 1 second. Yeah, to get
and then
your 2.
For 2, 3, or 4 seconds, you get 2 points. For 2, 3, or 4 points. 2, 3, or 4 seconds. I'm gonna get it out eventually.
You get
2 points. For 5 or more seconds without a pin, you receive 3 near fall points.
3 near fall, yes.
That's why sometimes you see wrestlers flipping them back over and then bringing them back on their back to get more back points, add those points up. Whistle you hear there is on the other mat.
And now Xander's working on those back points that we were just talking about.
That's right. He's got his chin dug into his shoulder there.
Yeah, he needs to get a little bit more weight on his chest.
Still rolling here, short time, down to 3 seconds on the time clock. And he was just awarded 3 back points there, Seth. So the score right now, 5-0. Now, the start of this match here, both wrestlers were standing. You call that neutral position. In round 2, if you notice, each wrestler has a little color, a red or a green ankle band on. Well, the referee just flipped a colored coin. Red won. That's Boyd County. They deferred to the 3rd round, meaning Greenup County gets to choose, and Cooper chose to go neutral again. So we'll show you referee's position here in a few moments. It's scored now 5-0. Boyd County's Xander Nottingham. Wrong Nottingham, right? Then you have a brother named Caden. That's right.
Yeah, you'll see him wrestle here in a little bit.
Yes, sir. Not a takedown yet, as he's not able to get to his hips, I should say.
He's got to work his leg free and circle behind him. That's what you're trying to do. And there he goes.
And there's 2. You see the referee raising. You may not be able to see him on your screen. Referee just raised up a 2 in the air, and that's 2 points awarded for a takedown. It's 7-0 right now. Xander Nottingham, an 8th grader for Boyd County. And out of bounds. What's the rule on out of bounds now?
From my understanding is that you have to have at least, if you're going for a pin, you got to have 1 foot in, and then if both feet leave the mat or the circle, or if all 4 feet, the wrestlers leave the circle, then they bring it back to the middle.
I got you. So you see there, they started from referee's position. Nottingham on top and Cooper on the bottom.
Yeah.
Down it to a minute to go, so we burn off there 3 2-minute rounds in a high school wrestling match. And you see
And
there's
now
trying to
he's
cradle him again. Trying to lock those hands. That's the key to a cradle, is that right?
That's right. Yeah, you get those hands locked. It's an uncomfortable position to be in.
No question. For both wrestlers.
Yeah, it's not easy to pin somebody in that position.
They got the half Nelson here on this side. Full Nelson's illegal. Half Nelson's perfectly legal.
He's
You
gonna
see a
step
lot
over.
of those.
If he steps over and settles down on his chest, that's where you'll get his near fall points here.
I remember Seth Music. I remember Jim Matney. I remember a lot of people I learned a lot about wrestling off of. I heard him say chest to chest, chest to chest.
Yeah, you want to put all that weight down on him as much as you can. Because when
sir.
you're going for the pin, you're looking for the triangle that's in between the shoulder blades.
There you go.
So that's
yeah,
why
that's
you-
right.
that's why-
You look at the kind of wrestling me and you know a lot about, WWE, that kind of thing. The pinfall there is on the shoulders. That's not what we're looking for. And you see a pinfall there. It's a triangle from the shoulder blades down to the lower back, right?
Yeah, and you'll see a lot tonight, where kids will try to just bridge is what we call it.
So that's 6 more points for Boyd
more
County as Xander Nottingham picks up the win
At
over
113.
Trevor Cooper at weight class 113. So right now Boyd County leads in this duel 12-0. Next up, weight class 120. You'll see another hand get raised here. That's 8th grader Jace Bowling, am I right? At 120? Yes, sir. So Boyd County picks up 6 points here.
That makes it 18-0.
Absolutely. As Greenup County, no wrestler at 120 or 126. So here's Bentley
Brown.
He's at 31-14 on the season, and he's actually the number 30 ranked wrestler in the state of Kentucky.
That's a sophomore.
Yeah, that's big
That's
deal.
impressive.
Big deal. Now more action as Bentley Brown picks up 6 more for his team, and right now we're sitting at what? 24? 24-0. Here comes Caden Nottingham, the brother of Xander Nottingham. Nottingham, a 2023 region finalist at 132, wrestling David Craig for Greenup County. Craig at 16 wins and 7 losses on the season. This looks to be a pretty good matchup here.
Yeah, a lot of high energy here to start.
Absolutely.
Nottingham, he's a quick wrestler. He's going to be aggressive.
By the way, Bentley Brown, who just had his hand raised at 126, 94 wins in his career. You're pushing 100.
94 as a sophomore. That's impressive.
It's a big deal.
You just have them tying up here.
Absolutely.
They'll circle around. There's your shot.
They were trying to snap each other down there, and Craig went for the leg, not able to get it. So glad you were able to tune in here. The inaugural B.R.A.G wrestling meet. Boyd Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. And a whole lot more action yet to come. This is duel number 1 out of 4 that we'll be televising here on Kool TV. Right now we're at weight class 132. Caden Nottingham for Boyd County. David Craig for Greenup. Boyd County in the black and orange singlets. Greenup County black with the green and yellow musketeer on their left side. No points awarded there, just both wrestlers on their knees, but nobody able to pull a takedown in. Boyd County head coach Clayton McClelland, he's kind of the organizer of this event, does a great job with this program.
He does well.
Greenup County head coach T.J. Stevenson in his second year. It's the second year of Greenup County's program, so he's doing a fabulous job as well.
You know how it is starting off those wrestling programs.
Absolutely.
You got to get people to buy in and get people to want to be there.
That's right. As both wrestlers go out of bounds there, clock stopped at 9 seconds in round number 1 here. And here we go, down to 8-7. No points as of yet. I told you this looked to be a pretty good one, and so far we're dead even, Seth.
Yeah, right now we're just seeing them fill themselves out, 2 evenly matched wrestlers, And in wrestling, you'll see that when they're evenly matched, they're not going to go in there because they respect the other wrestler.
That's right.
They're not going to put themselves in a bad spot.
So Nottingham won the coin flip, deferred to the third period, and looks like David Craig chose bottom out of the referee's position, trying to get to a point for an escape here, trying to get up. That's the main goal. That's why you would choose bottom.
That's right, yes, yeah. You want to try to get that 1 point.
Or reversal, 2-point reversal, either way.
That's right, yeah. If you're on bottom, you're wanting to get those points. You're trying to just find a way.
And Nottingham doing a great job holding him down. And one thing about it, you can't lock your hands.
You cannot. But what Nottingham does well, he's locking his legs here on it. He's trying to intertwine legs here. He's going for actually a pinning form. Or Nottingham, he's returning back to the mat here. He's got him.
Back and forth we go. Nottingham able to keep control for now, but David Craig showing he's powerful on the bottom.
That's right. Yeah, you have two great wrestlers here. And now, so there's your two reversals.
Yes,
so
sir.
Craig finally got his reversal off the bottom. That's what he was looking for.
That's right. The score now, Craig 2, Nottingham 0 for Greenup County with a 2-point lead here in this match.
So Nottingham, he's going to try to just shell up kind of, not let him get under his arms here. He's going for the half Nelson, it looks like.
That's right. Second round of this match already halfway over. Under a minute to go here.
Both wrestlers are trying to circle.
How important is wrist control in a half Nelson?
Oh, wrist control in a half Nelson is pretty important if you're trying to get it behind their behind their head and work it. You see right now, Nottingham on the bottom, he's fighting. He's trying to get wrist control as well, and that keeps the other wrestler from progressing in the moves there.
That's right. Yes, sir. Okay, that's a big word for you, progressing.
Don't ask me to spell.
I couldn't even say it there. So down to 22 seconds, clock still rolling as
Nottingham's looking for an escape here.
Trying to get up.
If he gets up and comes out the backside here, he's got to turn and face his wrestler to get his points here.
That's right.
Oh, walking hands. And I don't know for sure if they go to a point deduction after walking. Yep. So there, you cannot walk your hands unless you're going for a pinning combination, and I know that's a lot. But if you're not trying to get those near fall points, you cannot lock your hands together.
There you go.
Because all that does allow you to just remain in control on top.
That's right, and yep. So the score now 2-1, and we'll reset here in the referee's position as Nottingham gets up quick. He's got short time, 7 seconds.
Now if he turns into him, he's going to get his back points. There it is.
He's close.
Now he's got, there it is.
There it is, with no time to spare.
Good.
So at the end of 2 rounds, your score, Caden Nottingham with the 2-point reversal there at the whistle makes it 3-2, and he took a 1-point lead here in this match.
So right here, you're going to see Nottingham. He's going to, if you're on bottom here, your idea is to explode up and try to fight those hands.
That's right. So this time, Nottingham, he won the toss, deferred. He chose bottom here, and he's going to try to do just what he did last time.
That's right, yeah. He felt like he had success in what he was doing, so he's going to try to replicate that right here. The kid's going for a cradle. He couldn't get it. Nottingham stayed long.
You see him staying up on his toes.
That's right. That's a good wrestler. If you can get on your toes, you know that. You've been telling kids that too. You know, you get up on your toes, it just makes it harder. You seem heavier when you're on your toes.
That's right.
It makes you a stronger spot.
You see there, too, he's got a wide base. Yeah, he's doing it right.
He is. He's working well. You know, I mean, sometimes it looks like in wrestling you're getting beat up, but sometimes you got to learn to get beat up the right way.
That's exactly right. Pick your spots. David Craig doing a great job here, not letting him.
That's right. Nottingham, he's just trying not to go to his back here, and then he get his separation and goes for the shot.
And there you go. One more point as Nottingham ready with the escape.
Nottingham looks to continue to be the aggressor here.
Yep. 4-2 the score, down to 1 minute, 10 seconds to go here in this third round.
Now Nottingham.
This is where they were dead even. And there you go. And just like that, it's a tie.
Just reversal.
And a reversal, yes, sir, 6-4 now.
This is a good match, folks.
A takedown for Craig and then a reversal for Nottingham.
Yeah.
Now 45 seconds to go. Nottingham able to stay behind for now, but if Craig can get his leg out of there and turn around and face him, that's 2 points. However, Nottingham did what he's supposed to do.
That's right. Nottingham here, you want to look just to stay behind him and lock those legs in, but Nottingham's getting in front of him. He's getting ready. You got to hold on to that leg or he's going to get 2 reversals here, and that's 2 huge points.
Yes, sir. 6-4 is the score, and there you go. A reversal makes it a dead even 6-6. Down to 20 seconds to go here.
If you're Nottingham, you got to get up.
Yes, sir.
Or you got to take and pull that leg in tight. He's pulling it in tight. He's got to drive. He rolled him over. He's got to drive into him.
10 seconds to go.
Nottingham. And that's just 2. Get the 2.
There you go. 2 points for Nottingham. If you notice, both wrestlers stopped. The whistle blew down there. They thought it was over.
Well, you're in one of these small gyms. That's kind of hard
sometimes.
That's
right. That's part of the beast. 8-6.
And if you notice, both wrestlers are exhausted. This sport, it's not for the weak, that's for sure.
That's right. There's nothing like it, buddy.
No, there's nothing like it. 2 minutes, you sit there and you think, I can do a lot of things for 2 minutes. you're on defense the whole time. It's a tough sport.
So 6. No, I take that back. Not 6 points. 3 points go to Boyd County now after the victory by Caden Nottingham in points here. That's what you call a decision.
That would be 27-0.
A match won between 1 and 7 points is a decision. 3 points. So Boyd County, you said 27-0. And up next in the class 138, got Jaden Dehart for Boyd County, Aiden Baker for the Musketeers. Dehart, a junior for the Lions, 29-16 on the season, 59 wins, 45 losses in his career. Aiden Baker sitting at 11-11 right now, just like Marshall basketball. Sitting at 11-11, so looking to go above 500 here on the season.
Hey, that's what you're looking for here, You got Jaden as he goes for an ankle pick there, and then he gets to the takedown. Hey, both kids are fighting here. Sprawling's what we call that. As Jaden tries to get position here, and he'll lock his legs in on his leg there, I'm sure.
And there's 2 points.
No leg lock this time. And there, go for the Greenup County just rolls through.
Yes, sir. That's what you do. You just keep rolling away.
Right, keep moving. Find a way to move.
Also, I'll talk about stalling later. You just made me think of that. I'm sure we'll see it at some point.
We'll end up being able to introduce that, I'm sure.
And Nottingham chest to chest, and he's just driving. See, he's up on his toes like we talked about, getting his weight on the weight of
This is Jaden Dehart here. Yes, Jaden's on top.
I'm sorry.
You're
Yeah.
good. I just wanted to.
Jaden Dehart.
It's Jaden.
My bad, Jaden.
And here, Jaden, if you're Jaden, you want to pull the head up to get that shoulder blade down. Good job.
Sometimes you'll hear Coach McClellan getting a little rambunctious over there. Left ahead.
Oh, yeah, you'll hear that, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. So 6 more points for Boyd County, 33-0, I believe. Is that right?
That will be, yes, 33-0.
Next up at 144-pound weight class for Boyd County, freshman Chase Gillum. And for Greenup County, Logan Lettingham. Chase Gillum comes into this one on the season 36-9. He's 68-34 overall in his career. 2023 region finalist and a 2-time state qualifier.
As a freshman.
Yeah, as a freshman. He's a ninth grader. I'll tell you something else about Chase Gillum. I had him in class in the first 9 weeks. He's a fine young man.
You're not the only person I've heard say that. He's been raised right, and he has a lot of respect, and not just for people, but for the respect of wrestling. He goes in there and he works hard every day.
Yes, sir.
And he's willing to go above and beyond.
And you know what he does in his free time at school?
What's that?
Reads his Bible.
And that goes a long way.
Yes, sir. No points as of yet. Nottingham. I'm sorry. Why do I keep saying Nottingham? Chase Gillum and Logan Lettingham. Maybe that's why.
That's what it was. Chase going for the double leg.
He's got it.
And if you notice there, Chase doesn't slam his opponent to the mat. You have to be in control.
I was getting ready to say that.
Here.
Yep.
So if you see someone get slammed real hard, normally it's an illegal slam.
They'll stop the match.
They'll stop the match and check on the kid. Yeah.
Yep. Down to 105. Clock still rolling here in the first.
And you pay attention to Chase here. He's got 2 on 1. That means 2 hands on 1 wrist. He's trying to fight and pull that thing in so he can get it on his back.
Yes, sir.
He's got his right arm here. Chase is just trying to see Chase isn't going for anything. He's just going to see what he can go for. He's going to play around with him here. There he goes. He's trying to roll that arm back, that wrist up and under him, and back to his back is what he's wanting to do. Now Chase goes for the backpack mount. I don't know any other way. Chase is going to continue to fight for those wrists.
Done a great job here keeping his body weight on the wrestler, too.
Yeah, and that's just something, you talk about Chase and just how he respects the game. That's the little things. Wrestlers will get out here and be all over the place and they'll have their center of mass where it needs to be. Chase's chest on back right here. He's going to use one forearm to pry his head down so he can move that shoulder. He's still trying to roll those wrists under.
Lettingham doing everything he can do to try to regain control of his own arms.
He's doing great on the bottom, Chase is trying here, Greenup, they're doing great.
One thing about being on the bottom is you got to avoid that. You got to stay big. You got to stay wide so you can't be flipped over.
That's right, yeah, and you got to keep your chest on the mat. As soon as your back goes to the mat, you're in a bad spot.
So it's 2-0 at the end of round 1. This time Greenup County wins the coin toss. Logan Lettingham wins and chooses bottom. So he's choosing to be on the bottom in the referee's position here.
Yep.
So he'll put his knees on one line, his fingertips on the other line. Gillum will get behind him, and we've got a caution. I think he started a little early there. You got to wait for the whistle.
Yeah, you got to kind of pay attention to the official here, and he'll direct you on what you can and can't do.
There we go.
So Greenup just tried to sit out. A great move. He got up to his feet. He's fighting the hands, which is designed.
Yep.
Chase just stronger wrestler right now. It takes him back down.
That's right.
Chase gets no points here, though, because Chase was already in that position, so they don't reward Chase for getting him back to the mat.
Sure. And we see him right back in that same position. And this is a position that Chase feels comfortable in. He's trying to work into a move here.
That's
but
exactly right.
He is, I guess, maintaining control.
Yeah, he's maintaining that control, like you say, and it allows him to set up different things. You know, if
Sure.
you stay balanced on top, you might be showing him one thing, but as long as you have that balance, you can switch it up on him and just change up your moves.
Absolutely.
Chase, well, I don't know. I can't see his hands. I believe Chase is still fighting for that wrist control.
I think he is too. It's hard to see from this angle, but you might be able to see a little better on your screen there if you're watching from home.
Good call there. So we got Chase. He's working. See. So now if Chase's foot comes out of the mat, you will hear the whistle blow here. But see, Chase's smart wrestler moves both feet back to the mat.
That's right.
You don't want to give up this spot if you're Chase. So he's going to try to, I would assume, maybe pull him back right here in a second. No, he's going to go lock feet, and he's out.
And they're out. And that's just, if you're Logan Lettingham, that's what you're trying to do.
Exactly right.
I'm getting out of here, and we're going to reset this thing. Because I'm not in the position I want to be in.
That's exactly right.
So glad you could tune in here at the B.R.A.G meet. Boyd, Russell, Ashland, Greenup. We're in duel number 1 right now, Boyd and Greenup, but we've got a lot more action to come.
See, you got Chase. He's still fighting for that wrist, and now he's getting it where he wants it. He's fought. Oh, he had it. So as he get that wrist on his back, what he's going to do is try to use it and put 2 on 1. He's going to try to flip him over. You know, that's what you're talking about, trying to stay big on bottom. Sometimes even when you get big on bottom, you can get flipped.
That's right. That's right. Short time, down under 20 seconds to go. And whenever you see the guy come running across your screen, that's the guy coming to tell the official whenever time runs out over there.
Yeah, the officials try to keep their eyes on the match the whole time, and we allow someone just to tell them when time's up.
Still 2-0 the score. We've maintained this same position for the entire second match. Lettingham almost able to sit out and get up out of there, but just not quite quick enough.
He gets up well, you know, but Chase, he's strong in his grips and he's strong in his lower half, and he's just able to elevate this kid.
So this time it's Gillum for Boyd County's choice. He chooses neutral. So we're standing up, and he's looking for both wrestlers. But the reason he chose this, he's looking for a takedown.
Yeah. He thinks that he has confidence in his ability to get down into his legs and pick him up here.
And he almost did it.
So, yeah. And that there will be, and for example, while we got a break here, that will be called stalling if he does it again. You cannot just retreat out of the mat like that. Or at least be a warning.
That's right.
Chase with an ankle pick, double ankle pick to get him down here.
Right on the whistle, too.
And what Chase is doing, what Chase does the whole match so far, is going to fight for those wrists right here and just set down, make him feel how heavy he is here.
He got 4 points there. So now your score, Boyd County's Chase Gillum leads 4-0 over Greenup County's Logan Lettingham. Yeah. But plenty of time here to go. We've still got 1 minute and 15 seconds.
That's
or
right,
more than that.
And if all it takes is one bad foot placement, you're rolled over and you're on your back. It happens quick in wrestling.
That's exactly right.
I've watched Chase wrestle a few times, you know, and this is just kind of the wrestler he is. He's a defensive wrestler. He likes to get in these positions and make you work. He doesn't want to breathe hard, but he wants you breathing hard.
Tonight's officials for the B.R.A.G meet, Mr. Paul Pack, Mr. Josh Stepp, doing a great job. 2 of the best officials around, no question about it. Down to 50 seconds to go here in round number 3. Gillum maintaining control. We've been in this same position here for the majority of the match. Part of the third, all of the second, and a good portion of the third round here with Gillum on top, Lettingham on the bottom. We've got about a little over 30 seconds. There you go. You heard the referee in the background say 30 seconds.
So you see Chase, he's going to try to put his leg in there, and all he's trying to do is get his flip his hips. Get his hips to rotate over a little bit, then that just allows him to get that momentum to get the pin.
Sure.
But give Greenup credit. He's fine. Chase cuts him, lets him stand up. Another ankle pick. Chase is quick on those ankle picks.
Yes, sir. I believe that might be his little signature move there.
So far tonight, it definitely is.
Yep. So there you go.
Another great match.
You see another Boyd County victory here, too, at the 144-pound weight class. Another 3-point win for Boyd County. And what's our tally right now? 36, is that right?
36, I believe, is correct.
Yeah, Boyd County 36, Greenup 0. But we do have the last two matches wrestled were decisions. Oh, I thought they were talking to us. Somebody's parked in the wrong spot. We don't have to pay attention to that right now.
Hopefully it wasn't me.
No, I'm with you. Back to action here at 150 pounds, Boyd and Greenup. We've got 8th grader Cameron Berner for the Lions. We've got Gavin Johnson for Greenup County. Berner comes into this one 11-14 on the season. Johnson at 11-7.
We'll see Greenup get a quick 2 here.
With a takedown, that's right, for Gavin Johnson. One thing about dual meets, a big deal if you could fill all the weight classes.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, like we've already witnessed there tonight. If you only fill 10 of the 14 weight classes and the other team has 4, I mean that's 4 automatic wins. That's tough, you know. And half the battle in wrestling is just filling those weight classes.
Right now there are 6 weight classes unfilled by Greenup County, so that's 36 points right off the top.
And that's hard to come back from, you know. But if you're Greenup County, you're not worried about if you win.
No.
You're just trying to get your kids some experience. You know, these matches are worth more to them than any wins. You know, Boyd County, they have a good program, and they're able to develop some good wrestlers. So just coming out here, and you're almost learning in a way.
Sure. Coach T.J. Stevenson, I mentioned second-year program. And by the way, they've got a winning record on their dual season. They're 6-4.
That's huge.
They had a third place finish down at the 2024 Greenup County Duels. Definitely a program to watch in this area, no question about it.
Oh, wrestling just itself is growing in this area. You know, if you look back 6-7 years ago, it was hard to get 5 people out of Boyd.
Sure.
You know, and then now you look, and here we are, and everyone in the area seems to be having a team. So this is awesome for the area.
You see there on the mat, Gavin Johnson picking up a few points there. Looks like 3 back points, or near fall points is the technical term. We call them back points. You'll hear both there on this broadcast, I know.
Yeah.
So it's 5 now to 0, and we're going to reset as they went out of bounds. And Johnson on top. Here we go. Boyd County coming into this one on the season, Seth. Coach Clayton McClellan's group, 20-2. 20 wins, 2 losses.
And I believe those 2 losses came at the state duels, you know, so it's not like those 2 losses are just to anybody. He's been able to get his kids in the gym and get them around the people they need to be around, you know, and like I say, getting them here and getting them committed. He's already got, just this match alone, 36 extra points. So, you know, if you do that, it's hard to lose.
Yes, sir. So it looks like Greenup County won the coin toss there. Gavin Johnson elected to take the bottom position here. He's looking to get out in a hurry. But Cameron Byrne, the 8th grader for the Lions, going to do his best not to let that happen.
And there's another escape point for Greenup.
There you go. Now 6-0 the score. Boyd County, some more stats for you. They were the Section 6 Class 2A runner-up in 2024. They placed 6th at the state dual tournament, which is, by the way, the highest in school history. The 2023 AIT champion, Martin County Duels champion, Greenup County Duels champion. Big wins this season over Anderson County, some of the top programs in the state. Anderson County, Louisville, Moore, Spring Valley out of West Virginia, Martin County. What did we just have there, Seth?
We got a caution for Green, I believe.
So 1 point awarded to
Green, I believe. I believe he awarded it to Green. There must have been locking hands.
Well, it's 8-1, the score. Down to 1:08 to go here in the second round.
You see Green up here fighting for that wrist control.
That's right.
Now,
yeah. And that's a big turn of events there. Is Berner able to get his head out? Trying to, no points though, because he wasn't able to separate or gain control on the top, but didn't get pinned either.
That's exactly right.
Or back points. So we're back to the position we were at. Johnson on top, Berner on the bottom. This time he's able to roll him to his back, and the whistle you hear there means a pinfall. And Greenup County now on the scoreboard. 6 points for them as Gavin Johnson gets the pinfall victory over Cameron Berner here in the second round. That's at class 150, weight class 150, 150-pound weight class. So now 36-6 is the official score on the duel.
And Tony Leader just got himself a win.
Tony Leader 40-4 on the season.
40-4.
He's 2 wins away from 100 wins in his career, and he's a sophomore. He's the number 15th ranked wrestler in the state, and he's also a state qualifier. Let's see, we're at 165. John Jackson, another of Boyd County's top guys, facing off against Jasper Davis at 4-8 on the season. John Jackson gets a quick takedown there. 2 points for him, and then 1 for the escape. So 2-1 the score now. Johnson looking for another quick takedown, or John Jackson. He's 144 wins, 44 losses on the season. He's the number 6 ranked wrestler in the state. 2-time region finalist and a 4-time state qualifier, John Jackson. Another takedown, another escape there. It's 4-2.
You talk about another wrestler, that respects wrestling just as a sport. This guy, he takes it as serious as anyone on the team, and, he puts in as much work as anybody I've ever seen.
And I'll tell you what, it doesn't hurt him neither that Craig Walters is his stepdad.
Yeah, Craig Walters, he definitely can put it on him and make sure he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
And you see here, he's trying to force his head back to the mat so he can get that wrist control. Boyd County really likes to work on that wrist control.
Yes, sir. I like to think I had a hand in that.
I'd say you did.
I'd say Seth Music did. 6-2 is the score as Jackson gets him flipped over, and he's now working on back points. Working on the pin, but obviously working on back points. A long time to go in this one if you're Jasper Davis here on your back trying to fight from being pinned. Still 26 seconds.
Yep.
And Jackson resets there.
Yeah, there he's just trying to bridge, keep those shoulder blades off that mat.
Yes, sir. Lifts the head.
John, he gets underneath. He's lifting the head here.
Good job by Davis fighting through it.
Oh, that's right. That's what you want to see from your young
Yes,
wrestlers.
sir. Yes, sir.
Right there is the ultimate definition of bridging right there.
Yes, sir. Down to 2 seconds. 1 and time. So no pin there. That'll be some near fall points, though. 3 points awarded to Jackson. It's 9-2 coming out of round 1. But hats off there to Jasper Davis fighting through that.
Oh, yeah, like you said, that's what you want to see when you're starting with young wrestlers. You got to have that will just not to lose. And,
yeah, buddy.
And that there's what you saw that whole round.
Greenup County wins the toss there. Davis and his coach, T.J. Stevenson, elected to defer to the third round. And John Jackson chooses neutral. So we're standing up here to begin round 2 and a quick ankle pick.
On the whistle.
And 2 points for John Jackson.
And he goes for his...
Quickly rolls him over, yes, sir. And a pin. There you go. So 6 points for Boyd County here as John Jackson picks up the pinfall win over Jasper Davis. John Jackson moves to 40-4 on the season. And he's got a couple more at least here tonight.
I believe that makes it 42 Boyd, 6 Greenup.
Boyd County, so that's what? Let's do a little math here. A 36-point deficit here. Boyd County leading by 36, and add another 6 to that.
Yep.
As at the 175-pound weight class, Aiden Conley gets the forfeit win, gets 6 points for his team. More action coming up at the 190-pound weight class. Jack Hogston taking on Christian Wheeler. Hogston, senior for the Lions, at 34-7 on the season, 106 wins in his career to only 40 losses. Christian Wheeler comes in at 18-7. 2023 state qualifier, Christian Wheeler, I might add. Hogston, number 19 in the state, 23 region finalist, and then 3-time state qualifier, 2023 top 10 finish as well. So big-time stats for some of these Boyd County guys as Hogston gets a quick 2 there with a takedown. Did you say? I didn't see the takedown.
Yeah, he got him right off the whistle just like John did. He kind of attacked him there early, but Wheeler done a great job of just rolling through and fighting back.
Sure. Hogston staying behind.
And Wheeler's trying to get Hogston up high on him so he can grab that arm and just flip him over top.
That's right.
Playing sometimes and just let it fly, and you'll get caught.
That's right. 2-2 the score now. Wheeler trying to break down Jack Hoxton. Now, one thing about Jack Hoxton, he has some, I don't know, I would say unique moves or movements. So I don't know what you call it.
Funky wrestling is what I like to call it.
There you go. You'll see him in some funky positions.
But he's strong. He's abnormally strong for his size. He can get out of places.
There, and you just said it. He got out of that one. It's 3-2. He got the 1 point for the escape.
Make no mistake, Wheeler is a big kid here.
Yes, sir.
He looks to have the weight on Jack.
They're tied up here in the standing position.
I believe Jack actually wrestles up in weight. I don't think he weighs 190.
I think you're right.
I think he only weighs in about 175, 185 normally. And that's a big difference in wrestling.
No question. Looking for a quick takedown here with short time, 2 points, and there you go. So a quick takedown for Jack Hoxton, and then immediate whistle after the referee signaled the 2. Jack came out with a 5-2 lead now.
Yeah, exactly.
Come out of round 1.
And that's smart wrestling. You got to know when you can make those moves and kind of use that last bit of energy you have stored up.
Hey, that's right. Well, Hoxton will start this second round on top. Try to hold the strong Christian Wheeler down. Wheeler, I mentioned, they're a 2023 state qualifier. He's 18-7 on the season, and those aren't 18 wins against easy opponents.
No, that's exactly right. You see he's out here giving Jack all he wants, and this is a great match to watch. Both guys are trying to be technical here, taking their time now after Jack kind of settled down. This is the kind of wrestling you like to see. He's going to try to chop that arm to just get Wheeler back to the mat. There he goes.
30 seconds gone, a little over 30 seconds gone.
Now, Jack's going to try to squeeze his head and pick his head up here.
And that's one thing Jack does well. Right here is where Jack wants to be, lifting that head.
That's exactly right.
And I can hear Clayton McClellan over there saying, squeeze.
Oh, you'll hear the whole Boyd County lineup over there. That's their thing.
A 6-point win there for Hoxton over tough opponent Christian Wheeler. And I believe that's all you're going to see. We'll wait and get some more hands raised here as Greenup County not filling the 215 or the heavyweight class at 285. So I believe that will be it. There you go. You see Caden Thompson up there getting his hand raised. Caden 42-16 on the season, 62-44. And no, you're not seeing double, and no, there's nothing wrong with your TV screen. His twin brother Cameron coming in at heavyweight, not the same kid. Cameron comes in and gets a win there too by forfeit. So Boyd County takes Greenup here in this first dual matchup. We're going to step out, take a break, and we'll come back and give you a little preview of the next matchup. That will be Ashland and Greenup County here on mat 1 on the black mat here in just a few moments. Don't go away. You're listening and watching the B.R.A.G meet, Boyd Russell and Ashland and Greenup, and a high school wrestling meet. We're so glad you're here, and this is Kool TV.
Let the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency in Flatwoods, Grayson, or Moorhead, Kentucky, with over 25 years of combined experience with nationwide insurance, take care of you and your family. Call 606-836-6666 to join the nation in the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency, providing auto, homeowners, and life insurance with coverage you can count on, protecting your house, personal property, and your life to meet your needs, life, and budget. Call 606-836-6666 for the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic, accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic, manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see Eileen Boggs, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755. Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
J.D. Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat J.D. Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call J.D. Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from J.D. Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back in Catlettsburg, glad to have you along. It's the B.R.A.G wrestling meet here at the historic Catlettsburg Gymnasium. If it's not a landmark, it should be.
It definitely should be. I agree.
Yeah. And Boyd, Russell, Ashland, Greenup. Put all those letters, the first letter of each one of those together, it spells B.R.A.G, and that's how they came up with their name. And it only took me, I said earlier, it only took me about a week to figure that out. So when I asked Clayton, hey, now who all's coming? Well, now, so Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. And Boyd County picked up the victory here in bout number 1 over Greenup County. I'm going to, real quick, while we got just a second, in case we got some new viewers, I'm going to go over how this tournament works. It's kind of like a round robin. Every team faces one another. Like I mentioned, Boyd, Greenup first. Next up, we have Ashland and Greenup. But each match you receive points as a team. So a pinfall win, in other words, if you hold that special triangle down between the shoulder blades and the mid-lower back, if you hold that triangle down on the ground and hold them down, it's a pinfall. That's 6 points for your team. If a team is unable to fill a weight class that the other team has filled, also 6 points. You can get 3 points from a decision. That's where you win by points. You scored more points than your opponent, we'll say, and that's between 1 and 7 points more. If you score 8 to 15 points more, 8 to 14 points more, that's called a major decision. Your team gets 4 points. And then a technical fall, is where it's kind of like a mercy rule in baseball. Once you score 15 or have a winning margin by 15 points or more over your opponent, they stop the match and you receive 5 points. So the most points awarded come from pinfalls and forfeits. And also I hope we never have to run into this, but an injury, default, or disqualification, also 6 points as well. So that's kind of how, and then they add all those others, 14 weight classes, and then they add all those up, and at the end, whoever has the most as a team wins the duel. And there you go. And what was our score in that Boyd Greenup? 42-6, is that right?
No, I believe the score ended up being 69-6.
69, yeah, you're right. We had a couple forfeits there at the end, yeah. 69-6, so Boyd County with a big win. At 150, though, Greenup County picked up the pinfall. Gavin Johnson able to pick up a pinfall over Cameron Berner for the Musketeers.
You know, that's a big win for them, or a big pin for them. And then, they're continuing to grow, and you see that their kids are committed, and they're not just coming out here and laying down.
That's exactly right. And got a guest coming in here to join us in the booth. Boyd County head coach, a middle school athletic director, high school special education site manager, and we really don't have enough time to list the rest of it, but Clayton McClellan's with us.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, dude, hey, congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it.
You guys moved to 21-2 in varsity duels this season?
That is correct.
That's a big deal. Number one, talk about this B.R.A.G meet, man. I've said it a couple times. You're kind of the guy that spearheaded this deal. And so far, so good. It's awesome.
Yeah, the biggest thing I kind of talked about to the to the fans ahead of time was like, we want to do whatever we can to grow the sport and grow wrestling in our community. And being that this is the first year and several years that we have more local teams, in our community wrestling now with the addition of Russell and Greenup this year.
That's right.
It only made sense to do something that kind of recognizes our local wrestlers.
Sure.
And really kind of just promote it in our community.
So, Coach, T.J. Stevenson, Greenup County, this is second year as a program, first year as a varsity program. Is that right?
This is their second year as the varsity program. They did it the hard way. They did youth, middle, and high school all in the same year.
I can relate to what you're saying there, buddy.
Absolutely. No, TJ's a great guy. He is doing a phenomenal job. He's got 50-plus kids in his youth program. He's got a great middle school team. And, I really applaud their school district for getting behind them and really supporting their program.
Speaking of youth wrestling, Boyd County's got it rocking and rolling. Am I right?
I'm very proud of what we're doing. We just finished year 6 for our youth program.
How many kids you got out?
We had 107.
Yeah, I can't even count that high.
No, you know as well as I do. I think the first year we started youth wrestling, we had maybe 15, 20, 25 kids, and each year it keeps growing. So the secret's getting out that wrestling's a good thing to be a part of.
Let me ask you this. Is it mass chaos? Does it go all the way from youth wrestling's all the way from 4 years old to
13?
There you go.
Yeah. It is quite an event on Friday nights when we do our matches. We roughly have about 160, 170 in our program, K through 12.
Yeah.
And it's a full-on community event that our kids get to be a part of every night.
If you're watching on your screen there, we're giving you a little peek into the action over on Mat 2. You got Boyd County and you've got Russell over there. We're still waiting. I think we got an error, something going on over the score table to get going here on Mat 1. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to get some matches tonight.
Sure.
Over on the gray mat, that is, I believe, Bentley Brown. Bentley's a sophomore wrestler for us. He's a 2-time state qualifier.
And a fine young man.
Absolutely. Phenomenal kid in the classroom. Even more a leader in the wrestling room as well.
That's right.
He's been a wrestler for us since about 4th grade. He was one of our first youth wrestlers to ever come through.
Yes, he was.
So I got some pictures that I'll embarrass him here soon in a couple of years.
I tell you what, Bentley comes from a good bunch of people. His family at the top of the line.
Absolutely.
And yet, for Russell, you have Maddox Patrick, a sophomore, at 5-4 on the season over there.
They going to Russell. That's another one too. Trying to really, anybody that calls me, I'm a huge proponent of helping other schools.
Oh, yeah.
Get wrestling started. And, over the last 3 or 4 years, there's been kind of an explosion of just programs just in our community.
You've had a hand in, not starting, but at least helping out and doing anything you can with Greenup, Russell, East Carter, West Carter, Lawrence County,
Raceland. Wrestling is a very different community. It's one of those things that it's a sport that we don't have a lot of generational wrestlers in our community. So anything that we can do if I can go and talk to a school, talk to a school district of say just offering the benefits.
Sure.
It's been a progress and a journey for our program. As well as I do. You were there in the beginning. You helped getting it started, and we will take all the progress that we can get, and we want to help others get there too.
I talk with, I'll never forget this. We were at a football game, a Boyd County John Central game, and down on the field after the game, I was talking with Coach Jim Matney, the legendary wrestling coach, football coach, just a great
Hall of Fame person in both classes.
That's right.
Football and wrestling.
I was going to say a maker of men. Just
Absolutely.
He put a lot of good young men out in the world. Now, that being said, I was talking to him after the game about wrestling. It was a football game. We were talking about wrestling. And he said, Chauncey, I'll tell you this. And this was when John Central was rolling. He said, I'll tell you this. Out of the 11 starters I have on defense, 11 of them are also on the wrestling team.
Yeah, absolutely. Being a part of the football program at Boyd this year, anytime you look down on the field, I felt like some of our most dominant guys in the wrestling room are also getting their name called on Friday nights.
That's
and
right.
You'll hear me say it all the time. You want to see an advantage. You want to see just somebody who has a natural, ability to, a natural ability going and attacking. Put them on a wrestling mat.
That's right. We've got
An injury timeout here.
Yeah.
As Ashland's player just kind of laid down on the mat. And that would be Jacob Newcomb.
Yes, sir.
I believe Jacob's a freshman for Ashland, filling in maybe the 106 spot this year.
Yep.
Yep.
6.
Looks like he got a little lightheaded there. That is Tabby Smith, who's our trainer for Boyd County Schools, attending to him right now. She does a fantastic job for all of our programs.
Right now, you're getting another little sneak peek down on mat number 2, Boyd County, and Russell down there.
From here, that looks like freshman Chase Gillum.
I believe you're right. At 144.
Nope, actually, that is not.
That's Nottingham.
That's our 132.
Nottingham, yeah.
Caden Nottingham.
Caden Nottingham. And looks like he is taking on Keone and Chetta, that undefeated wrestler, 4-0.
Caden is he's a new wrestler to our program. When I say new, he's young, being that he's not got a whole lot of experience.
Second year, is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
He a 2-time state qualifier for both years he wrestled. He came out and he just had a lot of natural ability.
Sure.
A lot of he really took to the sport, and he's really had racked up some wins this year in his weight class. For what he lacks, maybe some wrestling technique, his speed and his strength is really top notch.
Absolutely. I think just seeing not just Caden, but any of these wrestlers just walking the hallway, you can tell a difference in not just physically, but the way they carry themselves on the wrestling mat and in the hallway.
Yeah, absolutely. So something that we pride our program in is really developing and promoting character and integrity, and we want them to be leaders in the classroom and leaders on the mat, and that's what we really try to kind of pride ourselves after.
Still waiting here as at 106.
I think that they just called the match.
I think
believe
you're
they're
right.
going to give exactly what you just explained to us a few minutes ago.
That's right. I said I hope it doesn't happen, but if there's an injury default, 6 points is awarded to the other team. So it looks like that'll be the last we see here of this match. Newcomb and Greenup County's Derek Taylor will pick up, I believe, the 6 points. We'll wait and see, though. They haven't. The official's still over here talking with the coaches.
Hey, to kind of add what you were saying about Jim Matney earlier. You talk about a guy who has really branched out, and there's people that are just directly related to him, have influenced our community.
Yeah, buddy.
In both football and wrestling. But when you really talk about Eastern Kentucky and wrestling,
sure.
Going back to when his state championships at Sheldon Clark before he went to Johnson Central.
That's right.
Johnson Central's a program that everybody wants to be a part of in the wrestling and football too. And he really, some of the things that he kind of prided himself on, you can see in his program still today. It was a huge loss for our community.
No question about that. We see 2 more wrestlers coming out. Looks like
we're at 120 for. They are bumping the lineup. So I think that was kind of the thing what they were working on there in the beginning. They were trying to move some kids around in order to get some matches between their dual lineups. Greenup's a team, like I said, kind of new to the program, so their team's a little bit smaller this year.
Yeah.
And, they brought 9 or 10 young men tonight to participate in the program. They have a few girls a part of their program as well, which is another thing that's kind of really jumping up at our program. And, Ashland, they've had a program, probably the most longest tenured program here tonight.
No question. Yep.
And it seems like Butch Scarberry has been a part of it for probably the last,
ever since I've ever been to a wrestling meet.
15, 20 years. Both of his sons were part of his program, and they have some great, very talented wrestlers there too.
So, couple forfeit wins there for Greenup County, and we're going to move on down in weight class.
Yeah. Looks like here we are at 150. That is Carson Gillum from Ashland.
Okay, and Gavin Johnson
from Greenup.
There you go. Gillum comes in 21-10 on the season. He was a JV state qualifier. And then Johnson with a winning record of his own at 11-7.
Yeah, Carson is, I know Carson, his dad, Blake Gillum, I believe the Board of Education member at Ashland. He's another huge supporter of wrestling and all sports really in our community.
Sure.
And, Carson's a very talented athlete on the field and on the wrestling mat. Fun fact, he is cousins with Chase Gillum.
I wondered.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have seen each other growing up a little bit on the mat, and they've had some really good matches. Carson's a great young kid and just a freshman, I believe.
He picked up 2 points there with the takedown and trying to work his legs in there.
Very, very similar to what Chase does. Got the leg rider. Maybe they're kind of feeling off each other tonight, both running the same moves. It's kind of a shame they won't see each other tonight in a match.
Yeah.
That would only kind of add to it a little bit.
Now you see there a pinfall win for Carson Gillum. You got me saying Chase now, Clayton.
That's okay. That's okay with that.
I will say this, with him working his legs in there like that, looks don't describe the uncomfort that Gavin Johnson was in there as Gillum had his legs around him like that. No question about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just people unfamiliar with the sport that you can quickly find yourself in some predicaments.
That's right.
That make it a little easier to go to your back if you are in some discomfort there.
Yep. You see Butch Scarberry out there talking with the official. Waiting to see where we're going from here, Clayton.
Looks like we are up to
157, but
looks like there's a forfeit there. So it looks like they're 165 wrestler, which he may match up with maybe their 157, which is Bryce Helms from Ashland. Kind of waiting and seeing what's going to happen here. I think there's a match.
Jasper Davis, I believe that is for Greenup County.
Yep, and there's Bryce Helms going against him here.
There you go. So Helms and Davis.
Anytime you try to plan for a dual lineup here, and we're trying to bump around to get some matches here, we'll have to check in with the score table here in a minute to kind of get a more accurate update of where they're at on team scores here.
That's right. Bryce Helms, 30-7 on the season. He's a JV state qualifier for the Ashland Tomcats. Jasper Davis sitting at 4-8 on the season.
Jasper's a first-year wrestler for the Greenup County program. I can't brag on TJ enough for some of the kids that he's getting out. He really does got some gritty kids and some
yes sir
kids that get after it.
Helms with a nice move there. Trying to work him over to his back. I talked about that magic triangle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of people, I'm sure we have some listeners who are not as familiar with high school wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think your shoulders have to be on the mat, like WWE.
Right.
Not the case.
Not the case, and not the needed 3 count that you need.
That's right.
You see that hand swiping, and that's not what we're looking for, but we'll take that hand swipe because those are points that we're getting.
Yes, sir.
Looks like Bryce is trying to work a Merkle here, which is kind of just an inside cradle here, and he's kind of switching out of it, and he's going back to that leg. He's a very strong wrestler. He's now got that wrist pinned there on his back. And once those wrists come on the back and he's got both of them controlled, it's very hard to hold off the pin.
5-0 right now the score. And he's trying to get him back over on his back, like you said, near fall points
Absolutely.
or a pinfall, either one.
And here it comes. That hand swiping right there is what he's looking for.
There you go. And the whistle and the slap on the mat means another pinfall win for Ashland here. Give him 6 points as Bryce Helms picks up the win over Jasper Davis.
No, Bryce is a very, very tough wrestler. He kind of waited his turn a little bit. He's always set behind some more experienced wrestlers. He's gained a lot going into his junior year here. He does a fantastic job. That's a really solid part of their lineup.
Sure.
Going back-to-back with Carson and back into with Bryce.
Bryce Helms.
Yep. All right, looking up here now, looks like maybe 190.
Okay.
You have, I would say, you have Christian Wheeler coming from Greenup.
Okay.
That might be Michael A.G.
Okay.
Or Michael Troggett.
Troggett,
Yep, Troggett. One of the two right there. So it looks like Ashland gets the forfeit there at 175 most likely. This is Christian Wheeler from Greenup at 190. Christian's a great wrestler to be just a second-year kid on the mat.
He looks the part. He's 18-7, a 2023 state qualifier. And for Ashland, is that Troggett?
That is one of their backups. I'm not quite sure which one that is.
Okay.
Might be Gavin Rose if I had to guess.
All right, we'll find out. Nonetheless, we're underway here.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Christian, you got to watch him a little bit with his match with one of our seniors, Jack Hoxton.
Yeah.
Who's our only senior on our roster. He is a really, gritty. He's very strong, and he's found a lot of success on the match.
Gets hip control there, so 2 points goes to Christian Wheeler, and they're out of bounds. They'll reset in referee's position with Wheeler on top.
Yeah, taking a look at just all the people here in the gym tonight.
Yeah.
We were really thrilled with the turnout for the night here in our community.
Yes, sir.
A lot of support behind the wrestling community. Couldn't ask for a better turnout tonight.
I see a lot of people here who aren't family members just coming to watch, coming to support, man.
When we came up with the idea to wrestle in Catlettsburg, which is a long-standing building for our school district.
I said if it's not a landmark, it should be.
I really think it is. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But no, they really.
You went to Catlettsburg, it definitely is a landmark.
Listen, I'm a Catlettsburg guy. We got a picture of about 8 or 9 kids that grew up here. We love the people, we love the community, and the fact that Catlettsburg Elementary was so supportive of us coming over.
Sure.
We have a lot of people to thank for tonight if I have a second to do it.
Absolutely.
Janet Osborne, principal here, she was all about the idea of letting us come over. Would love to thank Summit Giovanni's and Catlettsburg Giovanni's of their support for our events tonight. With some of our gear, as well as the Boyd County Welding Program. If you happen to get a chance, they did a great job on our team trophy.
Sure.
And
we'll have to show that on screen here.
Absolutely. It was really good.
4-1 the score right now with Wheeler on top, he's getting back points, but he's trying to get that pinfall down to 11 seconds and an escape. 3 points though goes to Wheeler for Greenup County. That makes it. Scoreboard says 7-2. Is that right?
It is to my knowledge.
There you go. Coin flip here, and Wheeler chooses bottom, wins the coin flip, chooses bottom. Coach T.J. Stevenson, I think, trusts Wheeler enough to let him go ahead and choose where he wants to be.
Absolutely. There is a strategy to it.
Sure.
Trying to deal with the strengths of your wrestler.
And there's your strategy, 1 point.
Absolutely. Take the points where you can get them. That's such a hard concept sometimes that we always have to kind of fight for, is telling the kids to trust us that sometimes we're going to put you in the best position to score. You don't have to win every match by pin.
That's right. So a takedown, and he flips him over quickly onto his back, getting those back points, but body weight on body weight. And there's your whistle and your slap on the mat. 6 points goes to Greenup County, here, which I'm assuming is the 190-pound weight class.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looks like that is the end of the duel.
I think you're right.
For Ashland and Greenup. A lot of good matches there.
For sure. I think we're going to we'll have you an official score here in just a few minutes. We'll get that from the score table. However, for now, we're going to step out, take a break. That's the end of duel number 2 here on this broadcast, and we'll get you a score here in just a few moments. That was Ashland and Greenup. Up next, after our break, we have Greenup versus Russell. And I don't want to say the main event because they're all big time, but the final matchup we'll have here on this broadcast, Boyd versus Ashland. So that's what we still got yet to come. We'll have a few more guests try to come up and speak with us here throughout the broadcast. Some of the coaches, maybe a wrestler or two here and there. But again, thank you for tuning in. Like Coach said, they're just it's all about supporting the community, receiving support and giving back, that kind of thing. Supporting these student athletes here in the Ashland and the surrounding area, the Boyd and Greenup counties, and hats off to him. Hats off to all these coaches, all these programs, everyone for coming out and supporting. Good stuff, Seth.
It's great stuff, and we got a lot more to go.
That's right. We're going to step out. Back after this here on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
The winter weather has taken a toll on many things. Locally owned, professional, well-trained, licensed, and insured. Leader & Son Plumbing can provide quick gas line installs, sewer line repair and service work with a clean-out installed for future access. Water main protection, even above-ground pool and deck installation for spring and summertime enjoyment. Call 606-922-6267 for Leader & Son Plumbing for whatever Mother Nature throws at you. 606-922-6267.
There is a huge difference between working with an individual and working with a team of real estate agents. The results you'll get from Prime Realty speak for themselves. When you go with an agent from Prime Realty, you're buying with an entire firm of real estate professionals. With Prime Realty, you'll receive the one-on-one attention of an individual agent, plus the expertise that only the team of your local Prime Realtors can provide. Call Shane Craig today at 740-352-5949 for your go-to on all real estate needs.
Finding someone you can trust in construction can be hard. My suggestion? Trust the honest, hardworking, dependable, family-owned and operated Sloas & Sons Construction in Ashland. Whatever the job, they can handle it. Contracting, carpentry, remodeling, concrete work, or whatever your construction needs are. Call Sloas & Sons Construction at 606-694-6322 for the honest, hardworking, dependable folks at Sloas & Sons Construction.
For residential and commercial cleaning, trust the pros at Summit Suds and Cleaning when you want dependable, great service. You'll love coming home to a clean house when Summit Suds and Cleaning has been there. They do a thorough job, and the open communication of what you need is fantastic. For residential and commercial cleaning, depend and count on a job well done. Get in touch with the great folks, SummitSudsCleaning@gmail.com for highly recommended cleaning of home and office.
I've been a member for a little over 46 years.
They're very family oriented. You just walk in and everybody's friendly. They talk to you, they know you by name.
You may not go in there for a day or, several years, and I think you go in there and you still feel like family.
Recently, we refinanced our home, and it felt like it was right because we trust the people that work there. This is my people.
Ashland Credit Union. Own your journey.
Let the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency in Flatwoods, Grayson, or Moorhead, Kentucky, with over 25 years of combined experience with nationwide insurance, take care of you and your family. Call 606-836-6666 to join the nation in the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency, providing auto, homeowners, and life insurance with coverage you can count on, protecting your house, personal property, and your life to meet your needs, life, and budget. Call 606-836-6666 for the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Back in Catlettsburg, glad to have you along. Before we say anything else, I got a surprise for you, Clayton. We got a special listener. Clayton McClellan's back with us, by the way. Got a special listener listening at home, a guy who had a big hand in this program, and a guy who I'm a big fan of, Jerry Fisher's tuned in. Hey, Jerry, Coach Jerry.
Hey.
The product you see on the mat for Boyd County, Jerry Fisher had a big hand in.
Absolutely. We don't have a lot of things that we have without Jerry. And, Jerry we were very fortunate to have him in our community.
Yep.
Somebody that when he came in, I think we kind of lucked into it.
Yep.
Somebody with his knowledge and his experience on the mat.
Yep.
And really, Jerry, he is a coach among himself, man. He's top notch all the time.
I agree, and one of the best storytellers in America.
if you need to hear a story, that's your guy to go to. Absolutely.
Yep. And by the way, Seth, he wanted me to tell you it's not called backpack. Great one though. It's called throwing legs.
I'll remember that one for you, Jerry.
Coach, final score of that match, the duel that we just finished covering there between Ashland and Greenup.
Yeah, hats off to both of them. I think the score was 30-30. They were trying to bump around, same number of forfeits. So in the rules of wrestling, there is about 26 different criteria breakers for that.
Uh-huh.
And so going down to criteria E, on that tie separation. Went with Ashland, won the duel there.
There you go. So Ashland picks up the win over Greenup County. Now, while we were at break, the other side of the gym over there, the roof almost blew off of it. Tell us what happened over there.
So big accomplishment in a wrestling career. 100th win. That was Tony Leader, our 157 there. He is a state qualifier as a freshman and sophomore this year. That was his 100th pin or win in his victory. Yep. And I think I'm going to have him and John Jackson come up here and talk to you here in a second whenever you're ready for him.
Anytime, man, anytime. You're getting a look again over at Boyd County and at Russell. They're still going on down there.
Absolutely. I think that is Jack Hoxton, our 190, our senior there.
Yeah.
Another person who reached his 100th career win this season.
Oh, that's a big deal, man.
Absolutely.
Trey Profit, 190-pound senior for. Wow, did you see that move right there?
Yeah.
Did you see that, John?
He's a guy you never know.
I called him unconventional. How about that? Does that work?
You never know. You never know what Jack's going to do.
That's right.
But he figures out. A guy who's got 100. I want to say he's around 111 wins now.
Yeah.
He finds a way to do it sometimes.
Hey, we got a special guest up here with us, Clayton. Wrestles at 165. He's a 11th grader at Boyd County High School. He came into this B.R.A.G meet here with a season record of 39-4. I know he's won at least one, so he's at least 40-4 now. 145 wins in his career at least, maybe 146. Mr. John Jackson, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Congrats on the win. What do you think about this atmosphere, man?
This is cool. A nice little gym. Cheering's loud compared to like a big gym. I really like that. You can actually kind of hear it in your headgear still.
Sure.
It's pretty cool. Team's wrestling well.
How does it going to these bigger meets and wrestling schools that are from halfway across the state or the other end of the state or a couple counties away, how does that compare to being here in Catlettsburg, Kentucky, at our hometown, wrestling our hometown schools, our rivals? How does that compare?
It's awesome. You see a lot of people that you really know, like just fans from home, aunts, uncles that really wouldn't drive an hour and a half away but come to these little things, so they get to see you wrestle. That's fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So you picked up a win over Greenup. You wrestled down there. Of course, we're covering this, Matt. How'd you do over against Russell?
I won my Russell match. I won that one, yeah.
Awesome. So 2 wins here tonight.
Yes, sir.
What does wrestling mean to you, John?
A little bit of everything. I mean, I love it more than anything, honestly. It's just somewhere you can go compete, just one-on-one. You can show what you put in. No one else's work shows it's just yours work.
That's right. I'll say this. I've known you, I don't know, how old were you? Young.
Yeah.
Anyway, I graduated with your stepdad, Craig.
Yeah.
And just seeing the way you've progressed, not only on the mat, but just as a man. And I think a lot of your manhood.
Yeah, wrestling's a big character development.
You know a little bit about responsibility, and it's all on you when you're out on the mat, right?
Yes, sir. You can't count on nobody to make a double leg for you.
Let me ask you this. Since he's not up here with us now, he might go back and listen later. But what has Craig? How big of a part has Craig?
Oh, huge. He's got just as many hours as I got in.
That's right.
Probably more. Not even me, my brother, my sister.
That's right.
It's a lot. Like my first year, we would go to practice, come home. We have our own mat at home, and like he bought that. We practice on it a lot. He's learning just as much as we are.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I think the product is showing this year. What are you?
41-4.
There you go on the season, and you've got some big wins over some big opponents, right?
Yeah, I've got some big matches.
You guys got to go down to the Class 2A state duels tournament.
Yes, sir.
That's a big deal.
That was.
Ended up placing down there.
Yep.
So, John, I want to get Tony on here, but you got anything else you want to say?
No. I do actually. I want to thank my team and coaches for coming out and supporting this, making this a thing.
Yep.
I really appreciate it.
Yep. Good job, man. Good deal.
Thank you.
Dude, you're a good boy.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you. We're going to pass the headset along. Clayton, you're still on here with us, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can talk.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so,
No Tony.
No, he's kind of focused on wrestling.
I got you. Hey, I don't blame him either.
So I'll try to get you another one here in a minute. I'll probably turn it over to Ashland here in a minute.
That's fine. That is fine. We're still over here. The duel over on mat number 2 a few more weight classes filled between the two teams. It's Boyd County and it's Russell. It looks like are we in the heavyweight division here?
Yep, they just finished up. That was Cameron Thompson,
a
sophomore wrestler for us. Kind of really stepped into a huge role this year, filling in for Nate Manning.
Yeah, an injury took Nate out, and Cameron doing a great job.
Yeah.
I told him earlier, both Thompson twins wrestling back to back, both came out and took forfeits. I said, don't worry, there's nothing wrong with your TV or whatever you're watching on. The broadcast is fine. It's not the same person.
You're seeing double there. I'm going to talk about John for just a second. I'm going to turn it over because we're getting ready to do the Greenup and Russell duel here, and then I'll bring Ashland up. But, John Jackson's a great young man.
Yeah.
I think he's been a team captain since he was a freshman.
Sure.
And a kid who did not wrestle youth wrestling, didn't come into about his 7th grade year.
Right.
Just did a great job of pouring himself into the sport.
Sure.
And, his teammates, his family, they all notice the work that it's doing. And, his record proves that. He is a 2-time regional finalist. He's a state-ranked wrestler right now. He's got big goals in the sport. And I, for one, hope he comes back when he's done and just keep giving back to the program.
I would say you won't be able to get rid of that guy.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
I'm with you.
I hope he's always here.
Yep. We're it looks like the duel is over down there. We're both Greenup County and Russell.
Just finished. Yeah, Greenup and Russell up next.
Yeah, Greenup coming down here to mat number 1, so it'll be just a few minutes. We'll get started on that. Coach, what else were you wanting to say there? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. So something we're going to do cool real quick is we're going to get all 4 teams together before we move into the final 2 rounds of the duel, and we're going to take a group picture together.
Okay.
And after that, we'll have Bentley Brown up here before we turn it over to Russell.
Man, you're not really particular about who you let on here, are you?
Well, I try to pick ones that won't embarrass me.
That's right.
Sometimes.
So you picked Bentley Brown. No,
Listen, I told the kids before I got up here, I said, guys, when I was in high school, there was a great man named Dane Dameron.
Yes, sir. He is a great man.
Who never let me do a single interview. So, I know he's not watching right now, but if I could tell him.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, Coach Dameron. Yeah. I'm on TV now.
I am. Yeah.
I'm here, and they can't get me off of here.
Hey, listen, I do just want to throw out there. I was once on the AM radio station doing an interview back in the day from Mr. Gaddy's. So I'm still here. So.
Yeah, exactly. Back at that was almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
We're kind of outdating ourselves a little bit.
Yeah, I got some stories about that. Those are some good times, no question about it. There's my schedule. You wrote on it. Yeah, next up we have Greenup and Russell coming up here on mat 1, and then I almost call it the main event. To some people it is, but a big rivalry anyway. It happens to be the last match the last duel, Boyd and Ashland.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of the whole thought process behind the B.R.A.G. Boyd, Russell, Ashland, Greenup's what it stands for. And so we know that Russell and Greenup have a huge rivalry amongst themselves. And, Boyd and Ashland and about everything that we do is a good battle. But, to believe it or not, the wrestling community itself, like we have a lot of kids that are friends with each other.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people we're looking forward to tonight.
If you're watching on your screen, you're getting a good look at mat number 1. Here, we've got 2 mats going, one of them televised. Here in just a few minutes, we'll have our next duel between Greenup County and Russell. In first round of duels, Boyd County defeated Greenup County, and
with a score of 69-6, and then in the
that was on mat 1. Also on mat 1, and a tight matchup, I guess you would say. It ended in a tie. They had to go to tiebreaker A, B, C, D, E. They went to all the way down to letter E in the alphabet, and Ashland took down Greenup County by a narrow margin. And then I can tell you this, Boyd County defeated Russell down on mat number 2 in round number 2 in their duel. We'll get you some more results as they become available to us. A big thank you to you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying our coverage of the B.R.A.G. meet between Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup high school wrestling here in what will be considered the 16th region, at least basketball-wise. And some good competition here. And wrestling definitely a growing sport here in northeastern Kentucky as first-year program. Greenup County is, Russell, the first-year program. Second-year program, Greenup County. And then Boyd County, somewhere around 10 or 12 years old. I don't know. I was there at the beginning of it. So it's about 12 years probably now that we started with a middle school program and went on to high school and youth and big-time stuff. And then Ashland, as Coach McClellan mentioned, they've been around for a long time, the Matt Cats. And Coach Butch Scarberry and his group do a great job there. We're going to get a few Ashland Tomcats, maybe Coach Scarberry, if we can get him up here. We'll have a few from each team up here and to tell you a little bit about their program. And I'm sure they would welcome any support they could get from anybody in the community, whether it's financial or just come out and cheer them on.
Come out and just cheer these kids on because, it takes a lot of pride and a lot of just will to want to come out here and get on these mats. You're out here. And there's a chance you go out there and get embarrassed. So it takes a lot of heart and pride to come out here and just try out the sport. So, come out and show these kids the support that they deserve and these programs like Coach McClellan was saying there.
Absolutely.
This is a new thing here in this area. And as you just pointed out, it's starting to boom here. So, come out and support as much as you can.
Getting a good look there at all four teams. And what a great picture that's going to make. I see some people out there with their phones, but I see a couple people with nice cameras. I'm sure that will make a great picture.
Yeah, and you talk about the community of wrestling. This is just how it's kind of different.
That's right.
You go to a football game, you're not going to get both teams to stand there and take a picture together. It's just these kids, they know what it takes to get to where they want to be, and they respect each other for that. They know that those hard hours in the gym and sweating and trying to make weight, they understand. So it's a little bit more of a brotherhood here.
That's right.
In the wrestling community.
I like the way a brotherhood. For 3 rounds. It's a competition, buddy, and don't think any of these kids wouldn't put their foot on the throat if they needed to, that kind of thing. However, it's a brotherhood, and they all love each other, too. And
there's just a mutual respect there.
It's a cool thing to be a part of, a cool thing to witness between these high school athletes, and glad to be here bringing you this action. We hope to be able to continue bringing you some high school wrestling and beyond in the future.
Yeah, wrestling here with my town getting –
yeah.
But so just being able to get broadcasts of wrestling in this area is just huge for the program.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach McClellan's back with us.
Absolutely.
You're having to go kind of back and forth.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit sometimes with what I do. Sometimes I'd rather be coaching, but it happens.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
So up next, I think for before Ashland cuts up here, you have sophomore Bentley Brown. I talked a little bit earlier about him being a youth wrestler coming up through our program, and he really has done a great job. And let's talk to him for a little bit.
All right, Bentley, glad to have you on here, man. I might not have badmouthed you there before you came on, but if you go back and listen, it's not true. I like you, man.
I like you a little bit, too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Bentley, a 10th grade student. I almost said a 9th grader because I had you last year in 9th grade in my classroom. Bentley, a 10th grader at Boyd County High School, wrestles in the 126-pound weight class. On the season, 31 wins coming into this meet. You've won 2 here tonight.
Yes, sir.
33-14 on the season, 96-50 in his career. So 4 away, buddy, from 100 wins, varsity wins on your career, and you're just a sophomore. That's not too shabby.
Yes, sir.
He's the number 30 ranked wrestler in the state at his weight class, right, Coach?
That is correct. Had some great matches this weekend. We look for him to move up a little bit.
Yeah, and a 2-time state qualifier.
Yeah,
and that hasn't even happened yet as a sophomore.
As a sophomore, that's right.
Yeah.
Fully expect him to find himself at Kentucky Horse Park again here in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
He's a leader, in the room, leader in the classroom too, and can't brag enough about him.
That's right.
Can't brag enough about him.
Bentley, I ask your compadre John Jackson the same question first. I'm going to ask you, what has wrestling meant to you?
My life, everything.
It's
I work day in and day out.
Yep.
It's taught me everything I know.
Yep.
Discipline.
That's your identity, man. People know you as a wrestler.
Yes, sir.
And that's a good thing. What would you say wrestling is your favorite sport?
Oh, by far.
Yeah?
By far.
How many years have you been doing it now, man?
I think this makes my 6th year.
Yeah. Also, how's Papaw, Brian Brown?
He's great.
Is he here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I didn't know if he's watching. I was going to tell him hi. You come from a good family, buddy.
Yes, sir.
What I think we might be getting ready to start here. You want to stick around? Well, no, you got to go wrestle, don't you? Well, say you can stick around and do some commentary with me.
Man, sure we got Russell and Greenup next. I don't think I have a match in that.
All right, hey, well, you might get to stick around for a few minutes. Coach, talk about Bentley.
Well, being that we are talking openly about him, I'll brag about him a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
He's a great
I wanted
kid.
to hear this,
I've never said a bad word about him.
No.
He's a great kid. We talked about his family. Comes from a great family.
Yeah.
He really does the right thing at the right time. And I wish I had more kids like him.
Yeah.
Hope he rubs off on a few that we have, and we'll kind of go from there.
Bentley, you're just a sophomore, but you said you've been wrestling how many years?
6.
6 years. I remember you 6 years ago when you wrestled. I mean, you weren't bad, but it was 6 years ago. You were doing some math, about 9 years old, something like that.
About there.
The progression that I've seen you make on the mat is kind of stupendous. Talk about that.
It's all through hard work. In the sport of wrestling, you don't get nothing through chance or luck. It's nothing but hard work.
Do you think wrestling translates into the real world?
Yeah. Teaches you. I talked about earlier discipline.
Yep.
You get, you just learn how to work hard, and I think it makes you a better person overall.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. And when you're out there on the mat, you can't blame nobody else but yourself.
No, sir. You get football, you can blame whoever you want. Basketball, you can blame whoever you want. But wrestling, it's just you and the other guy out there.
That's right. As you see on your TV screen, action resuming here, Greenup County and Russell. We've seen Greenup a few times. This is our first look at the Russell Red Devils. Head coach Josh Willis in his first year as Russell head coach, but also the first year in school history of a varsity wrestling program. And we're underway here as both of these wrestlers are hungry for a win. It looks like Greenup County got 2 points there. You see there the whistle. We're out of bounds. 2-0. Greenup County there. The Greenup County wrestler trying to get some back points there, John. Or I almost called you John. Bentley.
Yeah, you got 2 young wrestlers right here. Young programs as well. Both of them.
I believe that's Karan Jesse and Trevor Cooper. Karan Jesse, an 8th grader. Trevor Cooper. No class listed, but he's a youngin' for sure.
Yeah. 2 young programs. I've seen a lot out of them. I see some great potential in both these teams here.
I'm with you. Cooper right now with control, trying to flip Karan Jesse over, and he does just that. Picks up the pinfall, so that's 6 points right off the bat here for Greenup County, and I presume that they picked up 6 points at 106 as well as Russell. No wrestler in that weight class, so. Let's see. Cooper picks up the win here, and I think we're going to move down to 132. We'll wait and see. David Craig for Greenup County, and at 126 there you see Russell awarded a forfeit. That was Maddox Patrick. He's came in at 5-4 on the season. Now we should be moving to 132-pound weight class. David Craig for Greenup County at 16-7 coming into the B.R.A.G meet on the season. And then some questions over here at the score table. They're waiting. I think they're trying to figure out a couple things here. So, Coach Josh Willis says his 132-pound wrestler got hurt, so another forfeit win here for Greenup County. Looks like we'll move on to 138 pounds, which we'll wait and see. I believe that's going to be Caden Patrick for Russell and Aiden Baker for Greenup County. Do you know either one of those guys?
Actually, first tournament I got to wrestle in the season, I did wrestle this Greenup wrestler.
Okay.
Not a bad kid, a great guy actually.
Really?
Yes, sir.
138.
Okay, we're at 138. Thanks, Seth, for going over and clarifying. Yeah.
Patrick, it's Pennington.
Caden Pennington. They had it listed as Patrick. It's Pennington. So we've got Caden Pennington at 138 for Russell, coming into this one 4-2 on the season. And Aiden Baker at even 11-11. So here we go, Bentley Green. Bentley's going to stick with us on commentary for just a few minutes. I think we got Butch Scarberry coming over here in just a minute, Bentley.
All right.
But here we go at 138 pounds, Caden Patrick and Aiden Baker. Baker breaks him down, gets 2 points with the takedown. Now joined by Ashland Tomcat head coach, Mr. Butch Scarberry. Coach, thanks for giving us a little time here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Hey, first of all, what do you think about this?
This is awesome.
I agree.
This is a great event, great venue. I mean, you all have done a great job putting this together. This is awesome.
Well, it wasn't. I didn't have anything to do with it. I'll tell you that. I was talking with a couple of the Boyd County wrestlers on here just a minute ago, and a lot of your kids, Boyd County kids, a lot of these schools, a lot of the opponents that they have are from either in the mountains or Lexington or halfway across the state. It's really cool to be able to have this competition right here in our own backyard.
It is, and we've got a lot of competition here, and it keeps growing. I mean, Clayton's done a great job growing the Boyd County program. He's developed some really good wrestlers. TJ, he's coming along with Greenup County.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, now we've got Russell on board.
That's right.
And Raceland's in the mix.
That's right.
It's growing, definitely growing.
Butch, how long you've been the head coach at Ashland? How long now? Do you even know
the
varsity?
I know
it's been a long time. You've been around, yeah.
I've been the head coach of the high school about 5 or 6 years. I've been coaching high school, middle school, some capacity. This is my 22nd year.
Okay, me and Clayton figured around 20 at least. Yeah, we were doing some speculating.
Been a while.
Yeah. How much has this sport grown in the last 22 years?
Oh my gosh, it's grown. Like when I started, Boyd County didn't have a team.
No.
And now there's Boyd County, Russell, Raceland, Greenup, both Carter schools, East Carter, West Carter, they've got teams. There's other teams coming in next year. I think our region is up to 24, 25 teams.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Before, I'd have to travel. The closest team to us was Johnson Central.
That's
We'd have to go up in Ohio, but
that's right.
Now we're right here in our backyard. I mean,
sure.
It's great.
You can host them. You can bring people in. And,
yes.
Clayton and I were talking. All 4 teams got out here and got their picture made together. It's a brotherhood.
It is. I wrestled in the 80s, a long time ago. I have still people come up to me today and say, "Remember when we had this match? Remember when we had this match?" And no, I'm old because I don't remember. But
yeah,
yeah,
I wasn't going to say that much.
But after all these years, they still remember the matches that we had, and and the brotherhood that we shared back then.
That's right. That's right. High school wrestling is something that, when it comes to manhood, it makes you into a man.
Yes. Me and my wife was talking last night about how many lessons. I mean, it teaches you how to overcome adversity.
Sure.
It teaches you, to battle for what you want, to not give up. There's so many life lessons that come from the mat. That's
my thing. I always say, for 3 2-minute periods, you're out there on that mat, and you can't blame anybody but yourself.
Yes. There's no line to hide behind. There's no quarterback to not throw you the ball. It's you and the other man. I mean, you go out there and compete. I mean, that's all you can do is compete.
Sure. A lot of, I know for this match, and I know for your program and Clayton's program and TJ's program and Josh's program, community support means the world.
It does. Not just the programs are growing, but the community support's growing.
Sure.
Before most people didn't even know we had a wrestling team.
Right.
And now we're a commonplace.
That's right.
We're not basketball yet, but we're working to get there. But more people recognize us. We have people coming to watch our wrestling program that don't have anybody involved in our program.
I'm with you. I noticed there's people here who are just here watching, not families, and that's great. As I think Aiden Baker just picked up the win there at 138 over Caden Patrick. Greenup County be awarded 6 points in the duel. Talk about some of your kids, Butch, some of your wrestlers.
We've got a very young squad, mostly freshmen and sophomores. We've got one senior this year, Mr. Cole Christian.
Yeah, I know Cole. He's a good feller.
He's doing phenomenal. He's doing big things on and off the mat. He just finished third at the WSAZ, which is one of the premier.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Premier tournaments in the country. He also was awarded a scholarship from a foundation that he wrote an essay for. So it was a pretty successful weekend. I'm just as proud of him for that scholarship as I am for that third place.
That's right. That doesn't surprise me at all out of Cole.
We've got junior Bryce Helms. He's really come on this year. He's really come into his own. He's matured a lot. He's developed more of a leader. He's honed his skills a whole lot. He knows more how to control his body so he can control other people's body.
Right.
He's coming on. I've got freshman Cameron Burnside.
Yes.
I had plans on him wrestling 144 this year, but his body had other plans, so he grew tremendously over the summer.
Yep. That happens sometimes.
I've got Carson Gillum. He's really come on this year.
Yes, sir.
My little fellow that got hurt a minute ago, Elijah Maynard, this was his first year. He come out 2 weeks after we started, and he's really improved. He's every time he steps on the mat, he's getting better and better and better.
Sure.
And once he gets a little more experience, he'll be a force to reckon with in region.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're right now. I don't mean to cut you off here, Butch. I just want to. Right now we're at 144. That's Logan Lettingham for Greenup, and for Russell, Jaden Patrick. He came into this one 7-2 on the season.
Yes, I'm really proud of the progress my team's making.
Yes, sir.
Got to pick up the head there.
Yes, yeah. I always hear Boyd County's bench over saying, squeeze. You can hear them through the microphone.
I find myself coaching and rooting for other teams.
Yeah.
Walking past the mat and somebody's like from Boyd County's getting a pin. I'm like, you got to pick up the head. You got to pick up the head.
That's right.
Somebody's like, that's Boyd County. I said, yeah. So
yeah, I know that kid just as well as I do.
I mean, we're not wrestling each other, so I'm wishing the best of luck.
It's a brotherhood. We talked about it.
It is a brotherhood.
Yes, sir. Butch, did you bring a wrestler up here for us?
I did. I brought Cole with me and Bryce Helm.
I was sitting there bragging on the guy, and I didn't even know he's standing behind me.
Oh, how could you miss the shadow over you?
Yeah, no kidding. Cole, good to have you on here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. How's wrestling going this year?
Well, it's been a great senior season, I'll say that. It's been very successful.
Yep.
We got a good young team and great coaching around us, so it's been a really fun year.
I noticed nothing against Coach Scarberry here. He's the man in my book. An assistant coach out there this year, another Christian guy.
Yeah, some new young guy. Yeah.
That guy, yeah. Yeah. A guy that's a grown man now, and I'm not going to talk bad about him to his face.
Yeah.
Because Zane Christian, your brother.
Yep.
Yeah. Two good young men, no question about it.
Very much.
What, Zane, or Cole, I'm going to call you Zane probably. I'm sorry, buddy.
He's used to it.
Yeah,
all the time.
Have you wrestled, how many have you wrestled today?
How many have I wrestled today? Just one.
One?
Yep.
You won, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I had to ask, you're coming into this one on the season 39-4. Dude, you got 104 varsity wins in your career. What grade you in? Are you a senior?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that makes me feel old. I know that. What are your plans after high school?
Well, I plan to attend most likely University of Louisville, maybe University of Kentucky, major chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering?
So,
I like it.
Yeah. Get to work.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, do you plan on wrestling after high school?
No.
No. Let me ask you this: knowing that, what has wrestling meant to you not as a wrestler, but as a human being, as a man?
Well, it means a lot. It helps you so much. I think grow and develop as a person.
Sure.
Character-wise, a lot about yourself. When it's on that mat, there's no politics. It's you. Are you better or worse? How can you improve week to week?
There you
go. What can you do? A lot about adversity, and those are lessons that you're gonna use it every day.
In the real world, right?
Right.
Yes, sir. As we're at 150, I believe, right now. That's Gavin Johnson taking the pin there. And if I can find it here, Lane Williams scoring the pinfall, I do believe, for Russell. What do you think about this meet, Cole?
I think it's fantastic. You know, this is probably one of the coolest meets I've ever been to.
Yeah.
But with all the local teams here, you know, half these teams weren't even here, you know, when I started wrestling a few years ago.
That's right.
So it's definitely super cool, you know, being in this gym. I remember playing basketball in this gym when I was about 5.
Yeah.
So it's super awesome. It's great.
Now let me ask you this. Butch and I just talked about, or Coach Scarberry and I just talked about before you came on. What are your thoughts on having local competition? I mean, we're right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, I think it's great. You know, I mean, wrestling is such a good sport. You know, it's super old. It's a classic sport. You know, I think that everybody should have it. And I'm really excited that it's been spreading like this. You know,
Yep.
Greenup, Raceland, Russell, all those teams. I just think it's fantastic. You know, I think everybody should wrestle. So
if you almost answered my next question. If anybody out there listening right now is maybe an elementary school student or a middle school student or a high school student watching this and thinking, you know, I'd like to try that. What do you tell those people?
I mean, you got to give it a shot. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough, but in the long run, it's going to be a great experience. You know, like I said, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. If you play another sport, you know, it's going to help you tremendously in those sports.
Yep.
You know, you learn about body control, you know, speed, agility, all of that great stuff.
You're also a football player, am I right?
Yes, sir.
I already knew that. I figured I'd ask. What has wrestling meant to you on the football field?
Oh, I mean, it means a lot. You know, I always felt like I had maybe an extra edge or something because I'd wrestled. You know, I had an extra. I had a little more body control. I felt better. You know, doing some technical things. You know, it made everything a little bit easier in my mind.
Sure.
Being a wrestler. You know.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But you got anything for this fine young man?
He's a fine young man. He's an outstanding athlete. He's an outstanding human being. He's an outstanding student, and he will be missed by our program. I mean, hopefully he comes back like Zane and helps us out. Zane has helped move our program forward tremendously. He pushes these guys.
Yep.
He wants to get the best out of them. Our whole coaching staff, Zane, Coach Duncan Burnside,
yep.
Chuck Williams, Blake Gillum. I mean, we're all on the same page, and we want the best for these kids. We want them to have the best experience.
Sure.
We want, and we're not pushing winning. We're pushing competing, because once you're competing, the wins will come. And just go out there and compete. Give it your all.
Yes, sir.
Getting to experience this. This isn't.
Yes, sir. Cole, thanks, man.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
He's focused. He's looking to learn. He's always wanting to improve on what he's doing. I can't say enough about him.
Bryce, thanks for coming on, buddy.
You're welcome.
30-7 on the season. How many years is this for you on the mat?
6 years.
6 years. So you wrestled since what? Will that be about 5th grade, something like that? 6th grade?
No, this will be my 6th year.
There you go. There you go.
6th grade.
There you go. Yeah. So what has wrestling meant to you? I've been asking all the wrestlers that same question. What has it meant to you?
It's really just meant to me like how to like control yourself in like situations and everything. Cause like there's gonna be times in life that like you're gonna fail at something and you gotta learn how to take it.
Sure.
And wrestling is like a perfect sport for that and like to help you with your like mental and physical like mentality in life.
Absolutely. So you think, I think it's safe to say what you learn here makes you a stronger individual in the real world, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, somebody out there listening right now, if they would like to maybe look into becoming a wrestler, maybe a high school student or a middle school or elementary school student, what do you say to them?
Definitely get into it and like try to invest to go into like wrestling camps, and because it will definitely help, especially if you're like a first year. If you try to get into a wrestling camp, it will definitely help through the season and all the other years that you're wrestling.
Absolutely. As you see on your screen there, Greenup County picks up the win and moving up in weight class here. Bryce, what do you plan on doing? You're a junior, so you got another year of high school, but you plan on trying to wrestle after high school?
If I get a scholarship, then yeah, I'm gonna wrestle. But if I don't, then I'm gonna just go work with my grandpa and take over his business.
I understand that. You think being a wrestler or being the time you spend on the mat will help you in that aspect of life?
Yes, for sure.
And the workforce, you think so?
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. Coach, you got anything for Bryce?
Just keep on keeping on. Keep your head off the mat.
Yeah, I think that's good advice for everybody, isn't it?
Oh,
It is.
Yeah.
It's kind of an inside joke. A few years ago, where was we at? Was it Montgomery County?
Yeah.
And his favorite move was jump out and plant his head in the mat.
Uh-huh.
And after a match, there was Montgomery County. He was sitting there eating pizza, and I walked up and shoved his pizza off the table and just slammed my head down on the mat. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "You're not an ostrich."
Yeah. I bet you'll never forget that, will you?
Oh no, we definitely didn't forget it. We got him a T-shirt with the ostrich with his head in the ground for him.
Oh, that's great.
It was a fun time.
A lot of fun times involved in this sport.
It is.
Have you wrestled today, Bryce?
Hmm?
How many matches you wrestled today?
I've had
I saw one down on this mat.
two.
Two.
Yeah.
2-0 today?
Yeah, 2-0.
Good deal, man. Make it. How about 4-0, something like that? Bryce, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on here, buddy.
Thanks, Bryce. Good job.
Yes, sir. Coach, I think we're going to try to get back to some action here. Sometimes on these dual meet, being up here with the limited,
Yes.
when we have to switch weight classes and this,
Yes.
I don't even know who's wrestling, so we're going to try to figure it out here.
All righty.
I believe that is Christian Wheeler for Greenup County.
That's Christian Wheeler.
And he wrestles at 190.
Yes.
So would that be Trey Profit for Russell?
I believe so, yes.
I believe it is, yeah. He's 3-1 on the season. Wheeler had a tough one against Boyd, Jack Hoxton earlier on.
Who won that?
Jack did.
Oh,
it was back and forth, buddy.
Yeah, I love both those kids. That's another thing. I mean, wrestling being here so local, we got all these local teams that's battling.
Sure.
I know Christian Wheeler. He went to camp with us this year. I know a lot of these kids.
Uh-huh.
And I root for them every time they're on the mat if they're not against Ashland.
That's right. That's right. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's your team, man.
It is.
Wheeler picks up the win here, and I presume this is going to be it because Greenup County.
Greenup didn't have a 215 or a heavy, so.
That's right.
So, pretty impressive. Christian's a great kid.
Coach T.J. Stevenson doing a good job with
T.J.'s doing a real good job. He took over, started the program from scratch.
Right.
It's my understanding T.J. was here at Boyd County for a while.
Yes, he was helping Clayton with youth. I believe T.J.'s got a son that wrestles, a younger son, maybe 9 or 10 years old, something like that.
Yes. And he went down there and started up the program. He's talked the school board into some really nice mats they've bought him, and he's moving that program in the right direction.
How do you like those newer mats, those flex roll mats?
I like them.
Yeah.
I like your all's new mat. That's a pretty nice mat.
Yes, I think Clayton's got another one coming too.
Very good.
I don't know how he does it, but
I don't either.
When I was involved, we couldn't, so I don't know.
Waves his magic wand, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. Butch, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it for having me. Thank you, sir.
You guys have an easy program to root for. Get behind. I hope somebody listening out there will get behind you guys and give you some support. And I mean, just come root for you.
Come root for us. Come check these guys out.
Yes, sir.
Reward them for their hard work.
That's right, because that's what it is, hard work.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. We're going to step out, take a break, and we'll come back and give you some results for that duel between Greenup County and Russell. That's a rivalry. And, Seth, we've got another rivalry coming up. It's the Lions and the Tomcats.
Yeah, that's what I've been told around here. It's a rivalry in a way.
Yeah.
I think we'll see some good wrestling here to end the night.
I think we've seen quite a bit so far and more to come. So we're going to step out, take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment on Kool TV.
Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see B.R.A.G, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755. Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best, as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
J.D. Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat J.D. Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call J.D. Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from J.D. Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The winter weather has taken a toll on many things. Locally owned, professional, well-trained, licensed, and insured. Leader & Son Plumbing can provide quick gas line installs, sewer line repair and service work with a cleanout installed for future access. Water main protection, even above ground pool and deck installation for spring and summertime enjoyment. Call 606-922-6267 for Leader & Son Plumbing for whatever Mother Nature throws at you. 606-922-6267.
There is a huge difference between working with an individual and working with a team of real estate agents. The results you'll get from Prime Realty speak for themselves. When you go with an agent from Prime Realty, you're buying with an entire firm of real estate professionals. With Prime Realty, you'll receive the one-on-one attention of an individual agent, plus the expertise that only the team of your local Prime Realtors can provide. Call Shane Craig today at 740-352-5949 for your go-to on all real estate needs.
Back in Catlettsburg, glad to have you along and getting a look at the black mat there on your screen. And we've got another special guest up here with us, Greenup County Head Coach T.J. Stevenson. Coach, thanks for giving us a little time here on the broadcast.
Yep, appreciate that.
Absolutely. I have made the mistake of saying, because I'm reading the media guide and it's wrong, but I'm not pointing any fingers, your third year as a program. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. This is our third year.
Yeah, so third year as a varsity program. You guys have made a lot of strides in the last 2.5 years. Is that right?
Yeah, we're coming along. We've got a good group of kids. We'd like more numbers, but we're definitely getting better each and every day.
You're increasing in numbers every year, I think, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
What I've asked, I've had Boyd County up here, I've had Ashland, now you guys. I'm going to ask you all the same couple questions because I think it's important for people at home who aren't really familiar with wrestling to know what wrestling really means to these people. This is a gym that's got a pretty good crowd in it. Not everybody's here because they're family members. They're here just watching, supporting. But especially all these people you see on the screen, the wrestlers, the coaches, what does wrestling mean to these people?
Well, I mean, in my opinion, it's the greatest sport there is. It's super hard, but at the same time, it's very rewarding.
Sure.
Each and everything that these kids put in, it's undescribable. When you're on the mat, there's no better feeling than getting your hand raised. But what it means is, it's hard work. And at the end of the day, they're better off for it.
I'm with you. And you've got it seems like a pretty good bunch of young men on your team.
Yeah, we're very young. We've got one senior, a sophomore, and 5 or 6 freshmen. So.
What about you have a middle school program too, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and then you have a big youth program.
Yeah, our youth has 60 kids in it. It's grown each and every year. The middle school's starting to come along. We've got 5 8th graders and 2 7th graders. So, slowly but surely we're getting there.
Absolutely, and that's what it is. It's a building process and setting a good foundation. And I think you guys are doing just that. Talk about you got some of these kids out here who are, I call them multi-sport athletes. I always mention that on the air when I do basketball games or any sport. I always say a multi-sport athlete because there's nothing better for a multi-sport athlete than being right here on this mat.
Oh yeah, this wrestling is by far the greatest foundation you can put as far as athleticism goes. I mean, it teaches, especially for football. I always try to recruit our football players, but at the end of the day, I mean, it teaches you leverage, balance, hand fighting skills. I mean, there's a lot of crossover between football and wrestling. But yeah, I always tell my athletes, play it all. If you want to play baseball, go play baseball. If you want to play football, play football. Whatever you want to do, do it, because at the end of the day, you only get so many years you get to do that. So. But yeah, wrestling is by far the best sport as far as building a strong base for athletics.
I'm with you. It teaches you not only to be accountable for what you do on the mat, but off the mat as well.
Yeah, you got another thing is food nutrition. You got to worry about your food intake. But we don't really tell our wrestlers to cut weight. We manage weight.
That's right.
Different.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, so we try to make sure that they're doing it in a healthy way. Watching what they eat, cut out sugars, cut out pop, that type of thing. So, yeah, just on and off the mat, the things that they learn from wrestling is tremendous.
I'm with you. You brought a guy up here with you, didn't you?
Yeah, his name's Logan Leadingham. He's our senior.
Okay.
He's our 144-pound senior.
If you go back and watch this, don't be mad. I've been calling you Logan Leadingham, and I'm sorry.
Logan Leadingham's actually correct.
Sorry.
Hey, good for me. Good for me. First of all, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Okay, a senior. And how many years you been wrestling now? Is this your third?
This is technically my second full year, but I joined my sophomore year, and I was a little sissy and quit. But then I came back my junior year, and I've been wrestling since then.
That's awesome, man. Would you say wrestling's your favorite sport?
Oh, yeah, by far. I've absolutely fallen in love with wrestling.
It's a sport that is not you wouldn't call it one of the major sports around, especially not in our area, but it's a sport that has grown by absolutely just leaps and bounds just over the last couple years here in this area. Talk about what it's meant to you as an individual.
Wrestling to me has pretty much changed my entire life since it's came in my life. I mean, I've become a mentally tougher person, and everything is easier now because of wrestling. I've grown a family here. Everybody on the wrestling team, I got a great coach. I got great teammates. Everybody works hard in the wrestling room.
Sure.
If we keep on working at the way we do, we'll be one of the top teams around here.
That's awesome, and I wholeheartedly agree with you there. I saw you guys wrestle a couple times last year, and this is the first time I've seen you this year. And just seeing the progression in some of you guys, all of you guys as individuals, man, it's a fun thing to watch. Let me ask you this. Earlier on, you guys took a picture over there on the white mat. All four teams lined up, everybody in one big, huddle line, whatever you call it. Wrestling's a brotherhood, am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
What wrestlers not only on your team, the Musketeers, but wrestle Boyd County or Ashland or Russell. Now, I know when you're on the mat, it's a competition and you're not friends on the mat, but talk about that brotherhood between you guys off the mat.
I'm going to have to talk about specifically a guy from our team, David Craig. On and off the mat, he's an absolutely great guy. He brings 100% effort everywhere he goes. He's destined to be one of the good wrestlers of Greenup County if he keeps with it.
Yep. David Craig.
Okay.
He is 132 pounder. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw him wrestle a few times down here. He does a really good job.
Yeah, he's only a freshman too, so he's got plenty of time left.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You got anything? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody might be watching? I should have asked everybody that, but I didn't.
Shout out to my family for coming out here and supporting me all the time, especially my mom. She comes out here no matter what, whenever she can, and supports me, so I shout out to them.
Sure. Man, thanks for coming on. We're rooting for you. You guys, I'll be honest now, I told Coach Scarberry the same thing, but you guys are an easy group to root for, that's for sure.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I think here in just a few minutes, we got another coach, I believe. Russell's Coach Josh Willis is coming up. You guys you're done for the evening?
We're done with our duels. We're going to go down there and get some exhibitions in.
Awesome. Good luck, Coach.
All right, we appreciate it.
Absolutely. So Boyd County and Ashland here in the current duel here on mat number 1, and looks like we are moving up to the 144-pound weight class. I see Chase Gillum out there, and we're waiting on T.J. McKnight. A couple forfeits there for Ashland at 132, 138. Nottingham and Jaden Dehart picked up the forfeit victories. Nope, I take that by what we got going here. I saw Gillum out there. Now he's back off. We've got for Boyd County, looks like is that Cameron Burner?
Yeah, we're on
Okay.
Cameron Burner here.
Yeah,
Should
sorry.
be the 150 weight class.
150 weight class.
So I believe you were. I believe Chase got the forfeit. Now we
you're
moved
right.
on.
I think you're right. I think that was the injured wrestler from earlier, so that they had a gap in their
That's exactly right. Yes.
yeah. So we've got Cameron Burner, the 8th grader for Boyd County, and we've got Carson Gillum, the other Gillum, the Ashland Gillum for the Tomcats. I know I mentioned it earlier, but if you just tuned in and you notice, well, who's that black and orange team with the C on their singlet? That's Boyd County. They're in the good old orange and black for the representing the Catlettsburg Wildcats. We're here at Catlettsburg Elementary School now. It used to be the high school back in the day. And I said it first, I'll say it again. If it's not a landmark, it should be. And we got a surprise special guest coming out of the rafters like Sting.
Like Sting.
Yeah, Mr. Bill Boblet.
Well, Mr. Griffith, you remember our conversation earlier in the hallway today?
I do. I saw you walk in, and I was so happy.
So I'm back. I'm like a bad dream, buddy.
Right. I was waiting on the theme music when you came through the door.
I was getting ready to pop out a big woo.
Yeah, that's right. That's in case you haven't already figured it out. That's Boyd County Schools Superintendent, Mr. Bill Boblet. Man, I tell you what, I'm glad you came by here to see this.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh, my goodness.
What a great
I love the Catlettsburg look on the uniforms.
I know. I was just talking about that.
Yeah, it's and a great setting for wrestling. And, you know, earlier today, I'm so glad I got to stop by the high school and talk to you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember our and if I'm interrupting something you all need to talk about here.
We're storytellers, buddy.
Do you remember us talking about wrestling when you were still at the middle school and I was principal? We were out back, parent drop off.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I went out there every day, yeah.
And how
I went out there to look busy as well.
Well, yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I remember you talking about, and we talking about the vision of the program and what it can do.
Sure.
You know, because at that time, not a lot of kids were wrestling. I mean, you had a few. I know my son wrestled. I think he was wrestling at that time, or maybe started around that time.
Yep.
So we're talking about something different for kids to do.
That's right.
That aren't basketball players or aren't, you know.
Yeah.
And look what has happened.
I know.
In your program, from the littles, you know, that are 4 and 5 years old. I see those pictures all the time up to you know, the varsity level, and this being the B.R.A.G meet, Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, I was trying to think earlier. I think we had a wrestling program years ago, right?
Yes. It ended our early 80s.
Okay.
When it ended. Yep.
But of all the 4 teams here, Ashland and Boyd have probably been around the longest.
They have.
Say,
yeah. Greenup's in their 3rd year. Yep. This is year number 1 in school history for Russell.
Okay.
Yeah. And I tell you what, you talk about the numbers from the top down, 12th grade down to preschool, I guess. Boyd County, Clayton's got over 100 wrestlers in the youth program.
Wow.
Greenup, I was talking to Coach T.J. Stevenson. They've got 60. And Russell and Ashland right in there with them, too.
So
it's awesome.
This is neat.
Yes, sir.
Another great thing for our kids and, you know, to learn about, you know, you got to be a team, but also all the individual effort that you put in there.
That's right.
And it's man against man, girl against girl, same weight class. I don't know what they're just 2 or 3 pounds difference, I think. It's not a whole lot.
Yeah,
so basically, you're wrestling the same size person. So you learn so much from that, some grit to hard work, effort, heart. You know, it's great for kids, and I love seeing it, and it's great seeing the crowd out here.
We just celebrated Tony Leader's 100th win tonight.
Oh, wow.
It was 100th win right there, guys.
100th win, that's awesome.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And by the way, that's 100 varsity wins.
Varsity, yeah.
And he's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem.
Bentley Green's right there behind. He's got 98 or so. Bentley Brown, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's who's wrestling now?
No, he's right there behind him.
Oh, okay.
Wins, though. This is John Jackson.
Cleared 100 wins, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. He is at 144, 147 now on his career. John is 165-pound weight class. He'll be facing off against Michael Aggie, I do believe. We'll wait and see who comes out for the Tomcats. But, yeah, back to what we were talking about, Mr. Boblet, I see a lot of people in the stands who are not parents and not family members, and they're just
That's
here to
pretty cool.
watch.
Come out to watch, yeah. And I think this venue probably has something to do with that, with Boyd County people. You know, Catlettsburg is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm from across the river, so to speak. But yeah, I remember coming over here whenever I was little, because I grew up on Route 75, and so coming over to Dreamland, to the pool. So Catlettsburg right here, you'd come over here and hang out a little bit. So yeah, this school's a special place for a lot of people. And it's neat coming in here and into this gym and seeing the kind of the old school wooden bleachers and so forth. And it's great. There's got 2 mats down on the floor. Was he able to get everything squared away? I know this.
Yeah, everything's good. I'll tell you one thing about this gym. When I was a kid, I thought it was like a Rupp Arena. It's not that big.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Clayton had to. So if you notice there, the circle on the white mat, they had to take one strip out, but made it work.
Works out. Yeah, that works out. Yeah, it works out perfect.
Jackson with another 2 points there on the takedown. 7-3. He's 9-3. They score now, and he's going for the cradle.
There you go.
And there's the pin. 6 points for Boyd County. Not Catlettsburg. I was just explaining the C on the chest of Catlettsburg. Boyd County with another 6 points there in the dual score versus Ashland. Boyd County undefeated here tonight, 3-0.
Wow.
Looking to make it 4-0. Yes, sir.
Impressive. What time we start tonight? Was it 6 or 7? I couldn't remember.
Started about 6:20, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, supposed to be 6, but you know how those things go. Need
like
I say
track.
more? Yeah, that's
exactly right.
Yeah, I remember those days, those few years that Peyton wrestled, and I was telling Randy, one of our board members told me where I was going, and of course I think his boy wrestles. But Randy Stapleton, I think his son wrestles. And,
Luke, yep.
And, whenever my son was wrestling, Peyton was wrestling, and so forth, it was always we had to go south of 23.
Oh, absolutely.
Blackville, Prestonsburg.
The closest school was Johnson Central.
Yeah, exactly. And now
Ashland,
it's nice.
Yeah.
And now it's nice that you're right here in Catlettsburg.
Absolutely.
So you can go to Greenup, you can go to Ashland, you can go to Russell, and
hey, not to change the subject, but you mentioned Randy Stapleton's Boyd County school board member.
Mm-hmm.
Another school board member, Brother Mike Blankenship, celebrating a birthday.
We celebrated his birthday at our meeting there.
Did you? I'm sure he was thrilled.
He got a Tervis tumbler with stocked with some swag from Boyd County, a pencil, a little calendar that you can put on your laptop, and a little bouncy ball.
There you go. He's a bouncy ball guy.
Yeah, that was his gift. Happy birthday, Mike. I think he's 32, right?
Yeah. Well, 32. Yeah.
He's my boss.
Yeah. And mine too. At the church.
That's right.
Something like that. Had a nosebleed there, I believe. Aiden Conley. See, if you're watching on your screen there, I believe you can see Boyd County athletic trainer Tabby Smith. Yep. Coach Clayton McClellan, the officials out there. Coach Russell Rousey. It takes a village, and we've got a good village around these parts.
Nice.
And
Tabby's top notch as an athletic director.
Oh, yeah. You can't beat her around. I agree. And if you've ever watched Aiden Conley wrestle, this might be the 100th nosebleed stoppage I've ever seen with this kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Every match I've ever seen him wrestling, he ends up looking the same way he does right now. Something shoved up that nose.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. He's a frequent flyer.
We're ready to resume action here. The score 2-0 right now. Conley, they'll start out in the referee's position with Conley on the bottom. And he's trying to, like we talked about earlier, Seth, trying to get up and get out and more blood. So a little bit of red on his hand there. So another blood stoppage.
Nothing like the old blood stoppage.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if I needed a break in a wrestling match, I'd probably bust my nose to get a blood stoppage, to be honest with you.
That's an idea.
I mean, I'd
Getting your nose on the mat.
Yeah, I'd have to do something.
It only hurts for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
Pride can't take the puking in front of everybody.
Hey, be careful hitting your nose too hard. You look like me, buddy. You don't want to do that.
I'll be bald.
Hey, got a problem with that?
That's your boss, pal.
Got a problem with that?
Mr. Bobble, not at all.
You're good. That's fun.
Shoot.
Hey, explain the format, boys and girls? How does that work tonight? How is that?
Okay, so tonight the girls are wrestling. They're only wrestling an exhibition match. This is for the boys team.
Okay.
They're separate teams now. The girls can wrestle boys if they choose to do that, but there's now a separate division of wrestling for girls. Yeah, the very first year that it's been sanctioned by KHSAA.
Which is great.
Absolutely. Oh, buddy.
Again, getting our girls more. It's all about opportunities for kids.
That's exactly right.
And so you got girls, boys. It's great.
The girls team captain, actually, Alyssa Nolan. Alyssa's, her mother Megan works at Boyd County High School. Grandmother Vicky's hung the moon pretty much.
Absolutely.
But nonetheless, Alyssa sung the national anthem earlier, and they're going to be wrestling down there on the white mat in some exhibition, depending on who they can get to wrestle, that kind of thing. But Boyd County's girls doing a great job. They've got, I think, 6 or 8 of them out this year. And
trying to think the other one that wrestles really well too.
Destiny Jackson.
Yep.
Destiny, yep. That's John Jackson's sister.
There you go. It's a small world after all. Yeah. We had John on here earlier.
Okay.
But I think we're still trying to clean up blood and get Aiden to quit bleeding.
I think you're right.
And he comes back with even more blood.
He's got enough Charmin up there to take care of business later.
I was waiting to see how you finished that.
Well, that was called a teaser. You're supposed to finish to come in and just take care of it.
I think we're ready to rock and roll here.
I believe so.
Yeah. Aiden Conley, the junior for Boyd County. And here we go.
But you see him, he's trying to be explosive, trying to fight those hands.
That's right. Burnside just trying to hold him down. You see him digging that chin and that shoulder, too.
That's right.
Anything you can do. Only thing you can't do is lock hands if you're Aiden.
You know, Aiden is doing the number one thing you shouldn't do, and that's reaching back.
Not Aiden, I'm sorry. Cameron Burnside.
Yes, Cameron, he can't be locking hands there. And, you know, Cameron, he's trying to get him to roll over. We call this move the bulldog here at Boyd County. He's just trying to make it very uncomfortable on his ribs here to get him to flip over. And I promise you, that's painful.
Absolutely. A lot of these positions, that's what we talked about earlier on a pinfall. And a lot of these positions, especially kid on the bottom, doesn't look that bad until you're the one down there.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You know, obviously a lot of technique here, but some of that technique is just applying those pressures.
Yeah,
like you said, hurting.
Yeah.
Then you want to move.
Yeah,
and then when you move, boom.
Exactly. You put enough pain, they will voluntarily roll over.
Yes, sir. So happy you could tune in to the B.R.A.G meet. Boyd, Russell, Ashland, Greenup. This is our final duel of the evening, Boyd County and Ashland. Another stoppage and another blood time. There must be a spot of blood out there somewhere.
At this, it's completely
there's more in a spot.
Yep, I see it now.
At this rate, we will get out of here at midnight.
Yeah. Russell and Greenup down on the other mat. We'll have final results for you here in just a few moments. As we're still waiting on time here for blood stoppage.
How does this work, this stoppage? I mean, to
my knowledge, I don't think
just keep going till it stops.
Yeah, they'll just keep trying. I've never heard of them canceling the match for it. But I'm sure there's a certain time. I would say it's probably a 5-minute rule. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I'd
within
say
5 minutes. If you don't get it stopped in 5 minutes, you just take the loss.
That's right.
But like I said before, I've seen this kid. This is a normal thing for him.
Oh, we got some booing.
Yeah.
Must be that other match.
If we look at Mr. McClellan here, he's about to add some more vomit to the mat, it looks like.
I'll tell you what, if we can, we're going to step out, take a quick break while they clean the mat up, and we'll be back after this on the Kool Hit Sports Network.
Finding someone you can trust in construction can be hard. My suggestion? Trust the honest, hardworking, dependable, family-owned and operated Sloas & Sons Construction in Ashland. Whatever the job, they can handle it. Contracting, carpentry, remodeling, concrete work, or whatever your construction needs are. Call Sloas & Sons Construction at 606-694-6322 for the honest, hardworking, dependable folks at Sloas & Sons Construction.
For residential and commercial cleaning, trust the pros at Summit Suds and Cleaning when you want dependable, great service. You'll love coming home to a clean house when Summit Suds and Cleaning has been there. They do a thorough job, and the open communication of what you need is fantastic. For residential and commercial cleaning, depend and count on a job well done. Get in touch with the great folks, summitsudscleaning@gmail.com, for highly recommended cleaning of home and office.
I've been a member for a little over 46 years.
They're very family oriented. You just walk in and everybody's friendly. They talk to you, they know you by name.
You may not go in there for a day or, several years, and I think you go in there and you still feel like family.
Recently, we refinanced our home, and it felt like it was right because we trust the people that work there. This is my people.
Ashland Credit Union. Own your journey.
Let the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency in Flatwoods, Grayson, or Moorhead, Kentucky, with over 25 years of combined experience with nationwide insurance, take care of you and your family. Call 606-836-6666 to join the nation and the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency, providing auto, homeowners, and life insurance with coverage you can count on, protecting your house, personal property, and your life to meet your needs, life, and budget. Call 606-836-6666 for the B.R.A.G Insurance Agency.
And we're back here at the B.R.A.G meet at Catlettsburg, where we are watching Aiden Conley at 170,
I believe, 175, something like that.
Yeah, he's wrestling at 175 here. And we just got this match back at it, and it looks like we might, no blood stoppage there. Flipping. Boyd County gets decision here in this match. Boyd County defers to Ashland.
So both wrestlers on their feet, and it's time for period number 2. Now, who won that coin toss?
Boyd County won. They decided to defer here.
Okay, and Ashland chose to be on the bottom out of the referee's position. Here we go.
Ashland has got up, got 1 point for escape. They're both locked up here with a collar tie.
3-0 is your score.
We see Aiden fighting hands. Ashland goes in for the single leg. Ashland pulls it on in. Now he's got to get to the back for his 2 points.
And there it is, 5-0 now.
And now he's bringing the arm with him.
Don't forget to check out CoolHits1057.com for the sports schedule, the broadcast schedule. We've got a whole lot of fun, exciting games, basketball games, and a whole lot more coming to you every week. Of course, it's basketball season. That's why I said that, but we've got them all. KCU and a whole lot more. Also, check out the high school stats for basketball. They do a great job on those stats on CoolHits1057.com. And
we have Burnside here trying to get the pin on Aiden.
He's close, too.
He's getting those near fall points for him here.
This is where Clayton yells, squeeze! Squeeze! Yep, Burnside gets the win there. So 6 points go to the Ashland Tomcats. Up next at 190, we've got Michael Troggett and Jack Hogston. I believe Hogston undefeated today. We saw him in a barn burner down here a little while earlier with Christian Wheeler from Greenup County.
It's kind of the one I wanted to see.
Yeah. I said earlier, and you can probably second this one, Hogston, what you would refer to as unconventional in his style.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Unconventional.
I used to call it, I probably shouldn't say this, but it's not I don't mean it in any way negative. It's a compliment. I used to call him Gumby.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Well, he's got the long legs, the long arms, and
just
very flexible.
That's flexible. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He got 2 points there for a takedown.
And here we got Jack trying to throw those legs, as Jerry would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. It's not a backpack.
That's right. Not a backpack.
Yeah. 5-0 the score now, or 5-1 after the escape. Jack kind of let him up there, trying to get something he wants.
And there goes Jack with those unconventional moves.
That's right.
He's going to try something, and he might get himself caught, but he'll probably catch the other guy off guard a little bit too.
Yes, sir. We're at the 190-pound weight class. We've still got 215 and 285 to go here in this duel.
And Jack's getting ready to shoot up Jack's he's going to set up that ankle pick. He falls to his side, tries to grab the ankle and pull it in. Falls to his hip, I should say.
Earlier this evening, Boyd County defeated Greenup County in the first duel here on mat 1, 72-6. And over on mat 2, Ashland defeated Russell 48-24. In the second round of duels, Ashland defeated Greenup County after a tiebreaker. They were tied at 30. Ashland ended up beating them by a tiebreaker. And then over on Mat 2, Boyd County defeated Russell 66-12. In the third round, looks like Russell defeated Greenup County again after a tiebreaker. Russell won that one. And here we are with the final match of this evening, Ashland.
I keep seeing parts coming off.
Yeah, I wondered what that was.
Plastic.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
Just a few moments, we'll be joined by Russell Red Devils head coach, Mr. Josh Wills. First year as the head coach because it's the first year they've had a program, so it'll be fun to talk to him.
Kind of neat to start something like that, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Hogston.
A learning process.
Yeah, no doubt. Grow as you go.
So that was your period there. And I believe your score.
I think they're going to add 3 more on.
They have switched the scoreboard up on it. It was 7-5 the last time I looked, and now it is 8-3. I'm not sure what's going on.
That's some takeaway points.
Yeah, something happened here.
Officials done a great job here tonight.
They're
8-1.
doing amazing here tonight.
Yes,
Just
sir.
your next guy coming up?
Yep, we got Coach Willis coming up. Mr. Bobble, thanks for coming up.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, as always.
Thank you, Mr. Bobble.
Thanks.
Y'all doing a wonderful job here, sounding great, and this is great for our kids, and appreciate y'all.
Thank you, sir. As still got a couple questions over at the score table. I believe they're settled on 10-1 after the back points there awarded to Boyd County. And we're now joined by Russell Red Devils head coach, Mr. Josh Willis. Coach, thanks for being on.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you having us.
Hey, it's pretty cool. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really cool to look out there and see Russell Red Devils written on a wrestling singlet.
Man, I've been pushing and fighting for this for about 4 years. And we've had a lot of support from our school and our community. And we finally were able to get a wrestling team. And, man, we are just so excited, man, to build this thing.
I'm with you. And I tell you what, for a first year, brand new program, you would never know it out of you guys. You got some good kids.
We do. We have really good athletes, and that kind of starts it. We got some good athletes, hard-nosed kids, and
sure,
I can't express, man, how much they've worked and how hard they work. They're hard-working kids, and all the credit goes to them. I got a great group. I got 4 or 5 assistant coaches that have all wrestled, and they've really helped us out. And it's just been a really good experience, I think, for everybody all the way through. And we're excited that the year's going the way it is.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As Hogston picks up the pin there at 190, gets Boyd County 6 more points in this duel. Now, are you a Russell graduate?
Yes, sir. I graduated in 06 or 07 actually.
Okay.
07, yep.
I graduated from Boyd County in 06. So
okay, yep. There we go.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You said you tried for about 4 years. You tried to get them started, and they finally, TJ Maynard, I know you got a great athletic director, man. Why were you so persistent about starting wrestling?
Well, I've been at the school now for 10 years coaching football. And, when you look around our area and you see the teams that are successful, you go down those mountain teams. We play Belfry every year forever.
That's right.
You go Johnson Central. Those teams have good players, but they also have that tough, that grit. They have that wrestling.
Yeah.
And I know from a coaching standpoint, a little bit selfish. I love wrestling, but I'm a little selfish.
Sure.
I want my football players that way, man.
That's right, man.
And I think we've got I'd say the majority of our wrestlers have come from the football team.
Yep.
We've got them out. They're wrestling. And the difference, it's just such a different sport. You're out there by yourself. You're on an island. And you got to learn to never give up, never quit. And I think it's going to transition over to the football field.
I'll say this, and I told this story earlier, but I'm going to say it again real quick because I think you'll like this one. It was 10 years ago or more. I was helping coach at Boyd County. We were down at Johnson Central after the game, standing on the field. I was talking with Coach Jim Matney.
Yes, sir.
Absolute legend in every sense of the word. Football coach and wrestling coach down at Johnson Central. And they won state championships in both.
Yes.
And we were talking about the significance of wrestling when it comes to football. And he said, Chauncey, I'll tell you this. Out of my 11 starters on defense, 11 of them are wrestlers.
Oh, yeah, man. And the thing about those teams, you go back and you think about it, they had some big boys. They did, but some of their defensive linemen, man, they're not over 170, 180. Why? They're just tough-nosed kids that know how to play the game.
They're strong, and yes, sir.
Yeah, they know how to use their body. They know how to use that leverage, and it just translates. It's going to translate, and it's going to be great for our area. You know? I want Russell to win everything, but if our area is winning, that's a good thing too, and that increases our football level, that increases our wrestling level. It's a great thing all the way around.
I'm right there with you, Coach. You brought a guest with you. Who'd you bring?
Yes, sir. I got Wyatt Hudson. He's a freshman.
Uh-huh.
He's what I really like about Wyatt's really coachable.
Sure.
Wyatt works really hard. Wyatt, we kind of give him a hard time. He wrestled 157, and for the first probably 6 or 7 matches he's fought in his career, they were all collegiate signed wrestlers. So he'd go out and he would wrestle, do everything we told him, and he'd still struggle.
Sure.
But man, he's starting to see some results. He's getting some wins.
I would say those opponents probably made him a little bit better.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
they absolutely did. But I mean, I'm just proud of how hard Wyatt's worked this year, and I think he's a great kid, and he's going to be a great wrestler. He's going to be a great football player too. He's going to be a good linebacker for us.
Yep, I'm with you. It's going to be fun to watch this group. How many do you have on your roster?
Right now, well, see, we're kind of mushed everything together. 4th through 12, we have 40.
Okay,
so
that's great.
Yeah,
man.
4th through 12, we have 40, and hopefully, like high school, we have about like 18 to 19. So it's about half and half.
Dude, that is unbelievable. First year, and Russell's a smaller school than a lot of these other schools.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is awesome. First of all, Wyatt, thanks for being on here, man.
Thanks for letting me come on here.
You're brand new, we'll say, to this sport. You've been doing it this year, and that's it. How do you like it?
It's a lot of fun. You know, it's different than football. You don't have a team to count on. It's just you and yourself out there.
Uh-huh.
So it's really tough, but I mean that's what makes it fun.
What do you think moving in the future? Obviously, right now as a 9th grader, and when you're a 12th grader, you're going to be a completely different guy on and off the mat. That it comes with the territory. How do you think where you're at right now? How do you think that wrestling will play into that?
I feel like wrestling will definitely help me with pretty much everything in life. You have to have that toughness as an adult. You can't just quit through it. And it'll also help with my football. That's the main reason I got into this. And I'm hoping this week can really boost my football skills.
Absolutely. I think there's nothing better for that, in just my opinion. I think Coach Willis agrees with that one. Would you say a year ago this time, how much did you know about wrestling?
Well, I knew that there was the John Cena and Randy Orton.
Yeah, hey, that's my kind of wrestling, buddy.
Yeah, I watch WrestleMania every year, but I've never seen a real Olympic wrestling match like this.
Dude, that's a great answer, by the way. Yeah, okay, that's a great answer. So I kind of assumed that, just being from this area, it's not one of the bigger sports around here. In the matter of a couple months, you've grown so much as a wrestler. What's been the biggest factor in that?
It's just my friends and coaches pushing me along. I've just been trying to get better at everything.
Sure.
It's just hard work makes a person better.
Something you said a minute ago, I wanted to tie it back into. You said when you're out there on the mat, it's all you. Good or bad, it's on you, right? But off the mat, buddy, this is a brotherhood, wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir. Off the mat, it's a full team sport. Everyone helps each other. And that's what also makes it a beautiful sport.
Sure.
The practice, like all the training and the hours, it's all with your brothers and your sisters on the mat, helping you get better.
Would you say that 3 years from now you think your football team will be better because you have a wrestling team?
I would say it will be. I mean, I'm trying to get as many kids as we can to get out and wrestle, but I feel like we've lacked this toughness.
I think I'm right there with you on that one, man. Sorry, I'm shuffling some papers here. Let me ask you this. I got just a couple more questions for you. I know you guys got school in the morning, because so do I. But I'm trying to think how to word this. The point that I'm trying to establish by bringing everybody up here is that wrestling, number one, wrestling's built on support, as is everything. But these student athletes, it's impossible without support. And I'm not just talking about financial support. I'm just talking about somebody coming out here clapping for them.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody coming out here and giving them a good word. Or how much does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I'm very fortunate to have a family and a friend group that comes out and supports me.
Sure.
My mom and dad are here every single match. Some kids don't have that. So, I mean, that's where also the brotherhood ties in. You got to be there and clap for them. You got to be there to cheer them on. That can really help someone out.
That's right. Coach, you talk about that. The support you get from your school, the support you get from outside just individuals, giving you
yeah.
a kind word or whatever it is.
I don't know specifically how schools around here how supportive they are, but I can tell you that our school, our student body, all the way up to our board, all the way down to all of our workers, man, they just love the fact that we have a sport that everybody's excited about, man. It's so cool to see. We weren't able to host our first meet this year. Next year we'll have the B.R.A.G. I expect there to be hundreds out there, man. We've just had a bunch of people be like every day in the hallway, hey, Coach, did y'all win last night? How'd y'all do? Just all the time, support. We got great people down there in Flatwoods, man.
It's going to be interesting to see. 12 months from now, hopefully we'll be right down at Russell doing this again.
Yes.
It's going to be interesting to see the difference in your program, man.
Yeah, I'm excited too, man. I just give a shout out to Coach McClellan and all the area coaches, man. They've been such a great help. I'm flying blind into this, and they've been there the whole way.
Sure.
And that speaks to the community that we have with the wrestling in this area. They could have just easily just passed it off and made things hard, but no, they want to see it grow too.
That's right. And Coach, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, you got any shout outs you want to give, man, while you're on here? I forget to ask people that. I know that's all people like doing that. Anybody want to say hi to?
I'll say hi to my mom. She's probably outside watching this. Hi, Mom.
There you go.
I'll make my kids watch it later. I'll shout out to Zeke and Sammy. My wife, Amber. There we go.
You better, yeah.
She lets me do this stuff, man.
Shout out to mine, too.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Chauncey, appreciate you, man.
If y'all need anything, holler at us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So you just watched what I would refer to in wrestling terms as a slobber knocker, as Boyd County picks up the win there. Let's see, we are at 215. That was Caden Thompson getting the win. Now we're heading to the heavyweight class, and that's Cole Christian. We had him on here few moments ago with his coach Butch Scarberry, and tell you what, he's an easy guy to root for the Tomcats, and another easy one to root for is Cameron Thompson for Boyd County. And this is presumably the last match we'll have on here tonight from this duel. I'm going to try to get Coach McClellan to come up and talk with us kind of as a wrap-up, post-game kind of, or post-meet kind of thing. But here we go. Christian with the takedown. He's got 2 points right now, trying to break the body of Thompson down onto the mat, but Thompson doing a good job forming that wide base, trying to stay strong. But again, if you're watching on your TV there at home or your device, Christian just lets him up, going to try to get into a position that he feels more comfortable with, because Thompson doing a good job there, not letting himself be broken down flat on the mat. So again, they're locked up. Cole shoots for the leg, gets it, and that's what you call a single leg, a variation of a single leg. He shot and got behind him, I'll tell you that anyway. And that's 2 points. It's 4-1 as Thompson picked up 1 point for an escape just a few moments ago. Christian back on top. I think he's working the half Nelson over there on that left side. Nope, here he comes over to the right side. So now you'll see him walk around, but he's got to be careful because he'll be out of bounds if his feet go out. A great job there redirecting, and now it's just a matter of putting body weight on body weight and lifting the head, trying to get him to spin over there onto his back. Cameron Thompson fighting with everything he's got, and there you have it. The pinfall is scored. Christian picks up the pin. That's Cole Christian. Picks up his victory here tonight. I believe that's his fourth victory here tonight. So that'll be 6 points awarded to Ashland there in that duel. And there you have it, Seth.
Yep, and we are done with the night, I believe.
You sound awful hoarse. What have you been doing?
Well, I step away just to coach for a few seconds, and I get excited. I'm not going to lie to you.
So if you heard that big mouth in the background, that was Seth.
I'll claim that one.
Yeah. Hey, Boyd County picks up the win here. We're going to step out, get our scores counted up, and make sure we've got the right numbers. We'll go over all the results here in just a few moments and have Coach McClellan on with us and wrap this up. You've been watching the B.R.A.G meet from Catlettsburg, historic Catlettsburg Gymnasium here at Catlettsburg Elementary, and so glad you were able to tune in. And we'll be back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see B.R.A.G, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755. Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best, as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
J.D. Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat J.D. Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call J.D. Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from J.D. Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And we're back here in Catlettsburg, and we're now joined by the guy who we started out with, Mr. Clayton McClellan.
Should be tired of me tonight.
Huh?
You should be tired of me tonight.
Buddy, I was tired of it before it even started. No, I'm kidding. Hey, seriously, though, congratulations.
Thank you, man. It was I thought it was overall it was a success for the night. And if anything else, there's a few more people in our community that know about wrestling.
That's right. That's right. And I'm saying congratulations on the first place here in the B.R.A.G meet.
Yeah, man. We'll take it. Anytime that we come on top, we'll be thankful for it.
Russell finished in third, Ashland in second, and Boyd County pulls out the victory here, and you get to keep that traveling trophy. We're going to try to get a shot of that here in just a few minutes as Boyd County getting their team picture made, man. A big deal.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great group of kids.
It sure is, no doubt about it. We'll take a second real quick and go over the dual results, at least the overall score for each duel real fast. Boyd County and Greenup, first duel here on the mat number one. Boyd County won that one 72-6. Over on round mat number two, Ashland defeated Russell 48-24. In round two of duels, Ashland and Greenup, Ashland defeated them after an overtime win. We had, from what I could tell, Seth and I, we had 2 overtime wins.
That is correct.
Yeah. Ashland defeated Greenup in one of them. And then over on mat 2, Boyd County defeated Russell by a score of 66-12. Round 3 saw Russell defeat Greenup in the other overtime win.
Well, I was just told it was actually Greenup ended up beating Russell on criteria. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Greenup had the more amount of pins, which I think is like criteria D. So, yeah.
All right. So we stand corrected. Greenup got them a win here over Russell after being tied 30-30.
Yep.
And then the duel you just watched on your screen, Boyd County took down Ashland by, and whoever wrote that should be ashamed of themselves. It was me. 63-18 was the score on that. I forgot it was me.
It's all good, all good.
So Boyd County goes 4-0 tonight and moves to, if I can do some math, 24-2 in varsity duels on the season.
Yeah. Hey, that's anytime that we pick up those kind of wins.
I remember when we got our first win years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we almost wrecked the bus from shaking it on the way home. We were so excited.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anytime that you have that kind of record, and we've seen some good opponents this year.
That's what I'm saying.
There are some quality wins there, and we've tried to really kind of strengthen our schedule a little bit.
Yep.
So we'll take it.
Yep. Now, when I say congratulations, I was talking about your team, and Another thing, congratulations on. Dude, this thing went off great.
Yeah, I think it was a great event. Proud of our kids tonight. You know, it was a little bit of work within our school district.
Sure.
We have a tremendous amount of support from them.
I talked with Bill Bobbled on the air, and right about the time of the blood stoppage, about the 13th blood stoppage in that one match, and it is what it is, no big deal, but you came out, Russell Rousey came out from the score table, Tabby came over, and so on and on. I said, man, it takes a village. And we've got a good village around this place.
Absolutely. There are too many people to thank.
And I'm not just referring to Boyd County either. I'm just talking about overall this northeastern Kentucky, Boyd and Greenup counties wrestling programs. What a great village, man.
Absolutely. It's everybody. There's a camaraderie there.
Sure.
Here in about 2 weeks after we get down to region, it's going to be us pulling for them and them pulling for us.
That's right. And that's Butch said the same thing.
We're going to celebrate everybody in our wrestling community. There's a lot of their ties with Ashland and Greenup, and like I said, if their kids have success, we're going to celebrate it.
That's right. You mentioned, when is the region tournament? It's coming up the end of this month,
February the 11th.
Okay, so a couple weeks, man.
Yeah, February the 10th. I'm sorry, it's going to be at Pike Central.
I should have done it, and I didn't. I don't have your schedule with me. What's up next for the Lions?
It's a big wrestling weekend for our program. I don't know if anybody's talked about girls wrestling. We have.
Actually, Mr. Bobbitt brought it up.
They have their first ever sanctioned regional tournament this weekend.
Where's that at?
That's going to be at Montgomery County High School.
Okay.
Our girls have done a fantastic job with a full girls schedule this season.
Yep.
We have about 15 girls, K through 12 in our program, and we're going to be hosting a youth girls state at the end of the month.
Wow.
We also this weekend have middle school state.
Boyd County is hosting.
Yes, we're going to be hosting Girls Youth State at the end of February.
That's a big deal.
The first ever girls only. First ever.
Yeah.
So that'll be at the end of the month at Boyd County High School. We have our middle school state. We had 7 qualifiers for that, the most we've ever had in school history.
Yep.
That is this weekend in Louisville.
Okay.
And then to wrap it off with the youth season, Youth State is going to be on Sunday, along with JV State. Also on that Saturday.
All in Louisville.
Okay. We're going to just live there this weekend.
Now, what's the varsity team doing this weekend?
So varsity team this weekend is actually off.
Okay.
They're going to try to go support all the younger guys and get the guys to go support the girls.
Man, that is something that is more valuable than you can even put into words, is having that leadership at the top of your program from wrestlers. I'm saying.
Yeah.
The older wrestlers in your program.
Absolutely. We will take those. We have a good group of kids.
Yeah, you do.
And. We'll have one more set of duels before region. We're going to face off with Ashland and Montgomery County probably next Wednesday.
Okay.
For their senior night, their senior Kool Christian. Think the world of him.
Yeah, buddy. We had him on here too.
We claim him still a little bit.
That's right.
Him and his brother Zane they're great kids.
Yes, they are.
Zane's not a kid anymore, but they're great kids, and we were fortunate to have him in our program for a little bit. We're going to go down there and recognize him for his senior night and his career, and. Get ready for region.
Yeah, buddy. So that's it for your varsity schedule this year?
That's it for the varsity schedule. Got 2 more duels, yep.
I like it, man. I like it. You said them earlier. I think they deserve another little shout out here. You got some thank yous?
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, we want to thank, Summit Giovanni's. They've been a tremendous sponsor, Jesse Hunt, in our community.
Yep.
We have some new ownership here in Catlettsburg, reaching out to the Catlettsburg businesses with Catlettsburg Giovanni's.
Yeah.
With Scott Walmsley and his organization. We appreciate their support. The Boyd County Welding Department at the high school with Courtney Bartley's principal and Garrett Kitchen. They made our traveling trophy tonight.
Yeah.
And, real quick, if I don't say it enough, we have a lot of great people, that make our program happen. A lot of great parents. Carrie Caesar, Megan Nolan, Russ Rousey, Craig Walters, Caitlin Justice. I know I'm forgetting somebody. The leaders, the Thompsons. We have a lot of people that just support Boyd County Wrestling right now, and it makes tonight's like this a lot easier.
Yes, sir. No question about it. I mean, if you didn't believe we were at Catlettsburg, look on your screen. It's orange now.
It is.
And the mats are already up, is what I'm saying. And you're sitting up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully now, getting a good shot at a special place to a lot of people.
Yeah.
A very proud community.
Yes, sir.
And, there are good things happening in Boyd County. And we love being in Catlettsburg. Who knows? Maybe next year we take it somewhere else and hopefully get you all with us again.
Hey, I think Coach Willis said he wants it next year.
Yep, we're going to do that in a rotation for this event.
Yep.
Being B.R.A.G. So Russell will get their turn at hosting next.
Yep.
And then Ashland the following year.
There you go, man. Thanks a lot for having us, and I hope you got anything else, man?
No, listen, it's been a great night. I can't thank you all enough. Kool Hits TV for watching this and the sponsors that you all were able to get help this event happen. And above all else, we just appreciate you all.
Hey, buddy, glad to, I for one am glad to be here and honored to be a part of the inaugural B.R.A.G wrestling tournament. A big thank you to Jeff Irwin and his wife and 2 daughters, and Ian Farmer and I guess Seth Cottle for coming up.
Absolutely.
Coming up. And big thank you to Jim Forrest for facilitating this whole thing and allowing it to go on the air.
Yes.
And that's all I got, man. It's been awesome. It's been fun.
Absolutely. Thank you all again. And we look forward to next time.
Yes, sir. Hey, for Clayton McClellan and Jeff Irwin and Ian Farmer and everyone else, I'm Chauncey Griffith. Good night and God bless.